quiet ebraso ye the highway sports ebramo ene enwumre ewo kasafidie no esononsia ene ebema emusu sorry a news team ebe take over with news at 6 efisem amanoninsem ya boani nyina no ene enwumre ye de eba abesomo na ye bedi nkanka amanone ye wia ye bebe fie na efisem atoaso ede amamo unim say eba ye Ghana ene ewo GFE omo any ministry ekabo mu and afa government officials and omo launching partnership your details ewa ha and Samuel Keto Kreku and atudwa Julius Debra our chief of staff we be piase honorable Mahama Yariga ono majority speaker of parliament ono so by and afa ne krakra no honorable sports minister one some ekoho and afa Adisa Productions one some panyimfo and so ram honoma and some p and a free ho eba clubs no sika eba omubotom enchechemu no sakra te de nyina e be bramo dwumade ne so ene enwumre be kwa manone na friendly games atodwa Arsenal shockingly woma lose to Spurs details ewa FC Barcelona and AC Milan and Oma Bontanana Gumio details ewa ede be mamo ewa dwumade no eso o messages eba Facebook post no ase Oyerepa radio Oyerepa TV Oyerepa radio Oyerepa TV and our friends so on the WhatsApp and as a text message na 0538 10 10 91 0538 10 10 91 and no WhatsApp and text message in line no fafa ye bekin kan e de amount e wo aye dwumadie ne so ene enwumrei the tennis Promotional Ghana Limited Bosheba Electricals Promise Herbal MY Caesars Company Dr. Caesar PKB Group of Companies Perfect Skin and Body Therapy Womana so yasene yere ensam no ere bramo yeria fashion show I no ebeto dwam e Kumasi Technical University woma dakoja ache campus no and also yere hon sam ebeto manim e wo eye dwumadie no eso on that note ye be phone cross so ye ba ye de fisem beto aso na fa show no ato aso abedafo aye krado e ofidie mu a obete eye captain siase anka bete eye Clementino Sheka and afa Al Hassan Said Zaki to beto amunyina nka e wo eye dwumadie ne so ene anwumrei ene FC Barcelona ene eye FC Seoul Bani we ayom kofa can say pre-season friendly no some oguso ekoso Asian tono ekoso nti goals am epiemu e match nim na highlight na area to TV ne so a wunya bi ahwenom de tennis Barcelona she 7 ama FC Seoul wo mu timu miensa Lewandowski she bako Lamine Yamal Ebo Brace, Christensen Shabako, Ferran Torres, Ebo Brace, and Afe Gavi, and the last goal no, and so a game no, Eba na we are not FC Barcelona, Woma Shekana and some, Woma FC Seoul, Woma Tekani Mumi and Sam, our SI game ni more, yet them that own some no, and them amount, our Ayajumadi and so, now him. Party abasa tima and over the boy you know me what you say and on next also who team no and no one who said the players you know and some maybe see kan e season we mum na one who obi amodem bo one so ball Barcelona one first 11 Juan Garcia Jules Koundé Ronald Araujo Paul Kubasi Alejandro Baldi Frankie de Jong Pedri Lamine Yamal Dani Olmo, Rafinha, and Lewandowski. When we started game no, Edema FC Barcelona. Second half, Roger Chesney, Ebe Juan Garcia, Christensen, Ebe Ronald Araujo, Gerard Martin, Ebe Paul Kubasi, Hector Fort, Ebe Jules Koundé, Geoffrey Torrent, Ebe Alejandro Balde, Marcus Rashford, Ebe Rafinha. Emma Rashford, any assist, game no more. On himself, Lamine Yamal goes to no share no. Dia Rashford, assist Bako, Mark Casado, Behi Frankie de Jong, Gavi, Ebehi Pedri, Femi Lopez, Ebehi Dani Olmo, ɛna afei Ronnie Badji ɛnso ɛba ɛbɛyi Guillem Fernandez ɔno ɛdi nkan ɛbɛyi Lamine Yamal ɛwɔ game ni mo Ferran Torres ɛbɛyi Robert Lewandowski Tony Fernandes ɛsɛ ɛba bɛyi Gavi ɛna afei Guillem Fernandez ɛne Ronnie Badji deɛ no mɛdi nkan ɛde ato dwa ɛwɔ hɔ ntɛ 7-3 ɛna FC Barcelona ɔmo win ne yɛ ɛwɔ FC Seoul game ni mu a yɛde ɛho nsɛm no ɛde ɛma wo ɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwumadie no ɛso AC Milan ɛbɔ 9-0 against Perth Glory. Na ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa kora ne nyina ne sɛ ne deɛ Milan wɔn bɔ ntena no na Rafael Leao Yunus Musa ɛyɛ player ne din ɛde Samuel Richie wɔn anya goals no ɛde ma AC Milan Samuel Chukwueze Noah Okafor ɛna afɛ player ne din ɛnso ɛde Filippo Terracciano womunya 9 goals edema AC Milan wabro mo so achi Perth Glory e Australia e show mo e kankro wom antumi ante London derby no eba so eye Tottenham Hotspur wom ni Arsenal boboko no ana ede boy ni na game no aya brantia ni didi Poppy Matasa onya the only goal edema Spurs e mo to aso e hye Arsenal kabako a wom antumi ante e wo yesa game na lineups are coaches no e yusu ya na no de papa ni nyina ne sem e coach ani din enso edem e Thomas Frank woni Arsenal e hye that the first London derby. Now the attorney say yeah the highlight no ebeto so no hwekwan a Spurs some go no buy edit Arsenal boboko no na mo hwe lineups are coaches no e yusu ya Arsenal coach Andini Mikel Arteta obo David Raya Ben White William Saliba Jacob Kiwo Martin Lewis Kelly Martin Odegaard Afe Christian Nogard Declan Rice Bukayo Saka Kai Havertz and afe Gabriel Martinelli woman bomb edema Arsenal Martin Zubimendi be Christian Nogard Leandro Trossard Ebeyi Gabriel Martinelli, Christian Mosquera, Ebeyi Jacob Kiwo, Alexandro Zinchenko, Ebeyi Luis Kelly, Max Dorman, Ebeyi Bukayo Saka, Mikel Merino, Ebeyi Declan Rice, Enya yellow card, Victor Gyökeres, Ebeyi Kai Havertz, 77th minute, and afe Reece Nelson, Leandro Trossard, and in a free game no more, and to go on our head, Arsenal goalkeeper, David Raya. And our combo pass be white on or ball pass no at a chair. To pass in the chair, Nana. Bonnie Betty Papi Matasan was our goalkeeper no and a piano eye and no measure on the thing. Nabono and at Nemoha and one is the only good to me a buyer who our Tottenham spare a Guillermo Vicario, Pedro Porro, Christian Romero, Madam a player on the day at the Mickey Van de Ven. Jet Spence, one so Ebobi, Papi Matesa, Rodrigo Bentancur, a fair player on the day, and Sweden Wilson Odobet, Wobobi, and a fair number 10, no, Economy Lucas Bergval, and a fair the star boy, Muhammad Kudus, and Ojebo Anasa Foni Bro, hey, Maza. Kudus on Bobo for Panyasam Kitwa, and a Richarlison, and so Lady attacking him, and the man Spurs, one more Bobo Kono, Kevin Dansubeyi Romero, Bernard Johnson Beyi Kudus, Matthias Tobeyi Richarlison, Ben Davis, Ebeyi Mickey Van de Ven, Ives Busuma, Ebeyi Lucas Bergval, Hyun Son Ming, Ebeyi William Odobet, Archie Gray, Ebeyi Bentancur, and a James Madison, Ebeyi Papi, Matasa, and Honoma no. The free bed, de mamo, and Jumadino, so, Entino, Dia Spurs, Echa Arsenal, and area, a pre-season friendlier, and also Etimeto, Afe, Bismarck, rolling now. Game ne ban area, no, and a Richarlison on the man of the match, and I award ne body, bonne picture, wacha, and or the koto, Instagram, and what taggy, Gabriel Magahes. And I say yes, man of the match, me amini. Ti Gabriel who and I say kwa peso twa me ho. And a Gabriel so picture bia. Watch out 3 man of the match awards. Waje e dey tell Spurs nko. Last season 2 matches Arsenal and Spurs. E boy no Gabriel energy man of the match awards. E was 2 games no plus last 2 seasons there back. And one also they told social media no target Richarlison say masa so pre-season friendly man of the match. Enya debut because me Premier League. My judge man of the match was Bebre. And the Tiawu team tournament sphere. Entino masa compare bitina krana. Yanje untiwe. I banter across social media between Richarlison and a fair player and the Gabriel Magalhaes. I want some no eba. I say I will boss a game no more. Masalami Yamano say ayo say akrano and the born betiakwa Junahumbium against FC Seoul. Lamine Yaman the first goal or say any Masa Oma player and the crowd or you. The way on Dobby player no waiting about cinema. I know that video on that screen as well. You have been in yes, based my barely video no at Jamaica Sana Fame. Yeah, the stories kakra area twasum at the Amamo. Jumadiane so West Ham United Bobo Kono. Wama confirm say Lucas Paqueta say their charges are the born in a effort betting. And won't say some FNO. I drop charges now Bekayam and last year and FN charge Lucas Paqueta except 4 games or said that and the yellow card said Baya Nina no more Brazil be trabet no more di one more Shemu drew baby crano and Italy or the bun. And a bam, England, and you know, almost suspended a kakra. Now, play and a buy, you know, were pleading not guilty. And penny 14 so much GDA, else the charges, no, one more drop in until Lucas Paqueta says, I have free player. And idea, bet and one sense, no, effort for any BMA. And the West Ham, and the San no Ababonte, and the Abatuja, and the Mammo, a Jumatiano, and so Mark Guay, a Chelsea, a quadra or a striker, Namenemuka say a Sunderland, any Chelsea. Ajatum, ama say boy no ever. Now I'm a second Edama Sunderland Bobo Kono, EP on my 1 year loan, and a Sunderland Ejima Gwe, 19-year-old. No so Babe Siakane, Ejin Amomo until end of the season. No reverted to Chelsea. No Sakrako Siakane Amomo, and any Jeffrey Obert Demamo, Jumadian so Manchester United for Gianluigi Donnarumma say, a concrete to OT rumors are. Yes, in Comatricia Coso. Oh, United board nimo. Ese Gianluigi Donnarumma. I say, Omo Eya no Mutimiko Fano, every PG Bobo Kon in PG. I am willing some betono. Then you are a player and it's next season. On sign renewal until Obako as free agent. And to Sabua Bano Afidia or say, one more ton money cry say United. And so consider some of the bread back no Macofa Gianluigi Donnarumma. No Abam Abebo, Ediamomo, and also AJ Free Obert Demamo. I want Jumadian so Brentford. And Yohan Wissa. Also Yohan Wissa and Brian and Buemo. One combination deadly last season. Masa Uja was 2 players. One better to Trabasa area town. Now we say, and I catch a Brentford say, Open so corner almost a derby. Yama uncle. No say na Mama and Buemo call. Miss Yohan Wissa club CB ba. I don't know Mamma Conum said derby. Same Buemo call. Not Thomas Frank call. Nice also Jawa. Ye team Nibegu and there. Yes, I can't go training grounds any 20 minutes. No, I could tune a car. Can't know the number Brentford. One more training. The boy, four. One in a down for my corner in a car. And what tune a car? Was this Brentford? So I'm on turn a training in Krawajai. Onya beam. As I said, also a Dunning, as I'm Kessepa. Our Brentford, Bobo Konima, Yohan Wissa. And they say, Kamia say, Onya na so be see akandi ama Brentford. One mu bobo ko ni biema. Training crown wanye to the car Benz, Mercedes, we ni a car type be kra. We ni there was so nje. What to the car dey adwane every training ground so one for penny bia honye training no. Don be bia no omom anye. Ewo ho. Eno free Brentford. And so see eba Tottenham Hotspur. Any Bayern Munich. Womo din komo for João Paulina. And so no so beba on loan. Now we see a kind Ediama Spurs Bobo Kona say and Comotrichiano Aqua Animu Pass Sky Sports reported as a 1 year loan. One also bet me abano bebo Ediama Spurs. One more team na no Edi Frio Eba Jadon Sancho. I catch a Dortmund send the Sika Bebre Boje United no you ready. And so bet you na ode omo money fa na uncle omra mebo emfama Dortmund wo mo ebobo na no e de free Sancho wono so ase eba ene anwumre ye de mamo e wo eye dwumade ne so perfect skin and body therapy my skin no enya kama manin kasa manin yefe perfect skin ene beye na omaye ni ye pimples stretch marks nenso ben ko twani nyina won beyi e de free ho e de ama body slimming body enlargement flat tummy ni nyina omo ma bi perfect skin and body therapy wo mo asye Kumasi Boshan Abraham Junction, Accra Osu Akwaje Park, Sitas Abron Sign Mu Ene Walk Takrade, Ketan Junction, Episoft Lodge Hotel, and a perfect skin and body therapy. It was 05530 312 911 0553 312 911 perfect skin number no no PKB Esebra Beji original car tires any car batteries na efa ekọ yusuma car no batteries no ewa ahoden papa tires no enso nam ho de na ma say yes we tie and am de agu car no as PKB and ema no nyina bi security doors wasi dan na we open security doors e de akosi aye apono na oba PKB a obema bi na wato ofori chrome ye ho Tafuni Road Junction ye ho and afa tashi nungwa ewon kan brigade ehonoma ehonso obehu yen eho ye main office no ewo tafo nkramofo ase no ehwe ni mo ope ho and a PKB ye was 0209 170 030 Frey nani ndi enkomo MYC Zalina Energy Tea emo ahode ano patu anwume onti brebia ukwa dwaman so a pe eye Lina Energy Tea ni bi na no me no ene be mo ahode mapa MYC's company ena ede aba 0244 46 26 89 0244 46 26 89 na wajelina energy tea no ebi Boshaba electricals rechargeable table fans ubetumi assign their bold tembe bia no ebo ne wo from bra ye de foforo crab abechibi na fa coffee ye standing fan no ya tete so ye say 1.7 170 cedis ubenya standing fan ato e wo Boshaba electricals Edum PZ KH market in hwe ni mu ye ho Boshaba building prison runabout ubehu ye wa na fe until taco 49 mu also ba ho ye 03220 30838 eno Boshaba electricals ne number eno no promise eba nupa no ebibidwo no de di nua hini nubra ene ne hahama ye no eho ena unya bi immune system maninya hoden stress ebeko general body pains ebeko na fe digestion akoso ye beji nupa ni bi ewo promise herbal Boshaba plaza wa dum yene methodist asoy no edi enimhwe 0535 544 681 0535 544 681 na one yan atwetwe nkomo Cowbell coffee promo no eguso ekoso to Cowbell coffee promo sachet no edu code sonku bi om send the code no eco star 713 star 27 hash star 713 star 27 hash and also be scan QR code no na wa send e de call ubenya achede p e di wa bra ye draw no ubenya PS5 console ubenya TVs ubenya earphone laptops sika achede wo akwantu wo Zanzibar South Africa afen car wo Suzuki Jimny SUV ni nyina wo mu am promotional wo mo Cowbell coffee promo no and e koso ntikotobi na also send the code no e kona afi udi na nya achede no PA na onso edi na bibia enya kama emfam emma afedi ede so no boss nyame ya adomu a technology fair and afa fashion expression show baso we no Kumasi Technical University first na ye connect poly but say no a technical university and Omo Department of Fashion Design and Textile Studies, any faculty of Built and Natural Environment, any faculty of Engineering Akabuma, Womo Ede Sa Technology Fair, any fashion expression show no bana team edasono bridging art, innovation and technology. Nyameya Dumwa 4th of August 2025 anopano ndu pepepe koso ewo Adakoja Ache campus onse K Poly and I say KSU they say womo Adakoja Ache campus eho no yi courses ni bebre na e de cornum into forecourt of FCAT building eho and asa exhibition any fashion show yi koso eho no mo Monday 4th to Wednesday 6th August 2025 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily 3 days and omoyi ede esi honoma omoye sa adwumadi na fashion show ne de ebekọ so ewo the new great hall I know KSTU campus na eno ewo asim ne ho ena eye fashion show no ebekọ so eno ye fiada 8th of August 2025 5 p.m. and I said adwumadi no enso ekọ so ewo honoma omose bra nebe witness the best of creative excellence, innovation and cutting edge fashion. Don't miss out. It's fashion, it's technology, it's transformation. Kumase Technical University. Boss yenjina so na yemfa ensemno ensi sheka aye ready. Efisem toaso e wo show ne so.
Oyerepa FM 100.7.
Okay, solo yabeda se odi awura nkofo nkros na odi amano ne nsem no aba eye na wieye. Helen Dako Ananyasa
Helen Nana Ekia Dako ampem.
Dako.
Yes,
Helen Dako akwa na ye kan ye.
There be Helen Dako. I say okatwi ne de also oye ne Dako.
Okay. Sekanie
Say.
Modern summer bakruma o.
Yeah, so
all right. So why ready?
Oh, my ready.
Okay. Would you be ready?
Aye.
Ba sen sema meti no baba yara no. Asen sheda nkoyisa.
Sawo.
Manya course be numbi if you kotoko chitafo ni bi ho. Ase almost stories o motete no. Ase o mani nye ho. Aye. Mani nye ho. Ase ensheda enhyem kran many da so
wo video ne so kran enhyem kran o masem na o mo kan de
ase ebi kura adwene ya yo mo se mba miensa a mo wonum no mu de o mo sin ke be ya ka management ne kran start no mo empe be fufuro enim ya
yes it's
na o mo di National Sports Authority ni ministry na chi a wan hwe ya na o mo de 6 adano 9 Tino yensim ni bi omka but on the show sheka ye be hese baba ya sports stadium betime ready for Kumasi Asante Kodoko omo African campaign no nti ehun sem wo ha joining on the show sheka edi be wura baba ya sports abre ne NS boss yaw ampofo ankra ko inspect baba ya sports stadium after say the minister of sports and recreation Honorable Kofi Adams be na watwum yenum yensan etwa mu ono so be pie mobile sport no be inspection e ko hye opem so obo se stadium no be ready ama Asante Kotoko e de abo omo first game e wa Africa no mu game se to aso no je na NSC boss so ba ne nsem a woka no ene eye sports minister there no ase boabra ti ye be he se de si eko the current state say the here pitch. Now the current state of Barbara sports to pitch now. Areho say Ghana anya hwekra no your biggest football club baby omo na pitcher park omo so ball no pitch ni city city no Areho nti sheka e de ensem ni tudwa nyina no Obeme ya rubber bayara na ya the current state of the pitch. Obetimi join you on Facebook abra wo search for Oyerepa radio and also Oyerepa live on TV. Oyerepa TV radio 100.7 Oyerepa FM ho nyina betimi join here. Program na ekoso no betimi do messages aba na wa contribute to the show ni nyina no ye be kan e wo dwumadie ni so na so contribution no yetimi ahwe na ye de ho dwuma e wo dwumadie so e de amount. Sheka edi ewura eye efie na afensi me wo fie nyina na sheka abomoden edi eguo edi amaye enti sheka sheki ho ne yenko.
Alright, boss, yemre mo ewo Oyerepa 100.7 na afensu kopiem ewo Facebook Oyerepa TV on Facebook na yeso na afensu Oyerepa TV oscan na odege box na oscan abekwa akoshia Oyerepa TV na dey na enjoy highway sports no na bibia etimi atutom nsema yede ba na yebekwa akowrem the Ghana Football Association launching bi ekoso yede ho nsem nyina ebebrew na watimi enya bi eti yebekwa akopiem ewo baba Yara Sports Stadium near me call so ewo enano pa ye de nyina bebro ye wi a near the transfer kakra atoa so e de afri ho e de abremo na intentam so ye be hyansem na se no ye be bohyi akwakopiem ewo nkran ne akwakopiem ewo the Ghana Football Association eto omonsa efre ne clubs ni nyina se omumra me piem ho ene anopa 9 a.m. pepepepepe no muni omundi ensa woso kakra because ni nyina mu e kire se Ghana Football Association ne ye league ya ye beboy meche 2025-26 season na ye be wrem no omo etimi the coverage no ama production team bia limited bia wo say omutimi etwa TV no na production team no eye APL our friend Adisa Production Limited and no friend na lunch no etimi ba so and then na eso when yesasa me catch and 224 munim day etimi ekopie mo na Mr. Kate Okreku ono and the Ghana Football Association president na lunch national or them sam kakra etudwa efa sponsorship no eho yenti nsama odituja.
It is indeed an incredible honor to stand before you today as we usher in what we all believe will be remembered as a defining chapter in the history of the Ghanaian game. One anchored in sustainability, innovation, and partnership. For many years, we have celebrated the talent, the passion, the skill, and sheer resilience of our footballers. Indeed, from the dusty pitches in Nima and Bolgatanga to the bright lights of the Accra and the Babaya Sports Stadium, the heart of Ghanaian football has always been people, the players, the fans, the coaches, the communities that breathe life into the sport, and the young men we see every day gathering together for a game of football in open space areas. For many years, we have been confronted with real challenges: financial instability, poor infrastructure, and our inability to retain or attract talents. The passion we have all for football has not been matched with systems and support needed to allow our clubs to thrive. We have quite honestly relied on an outdated model, one where the Ghana Football Association distributes modest funds and the clubs are expected to make do, find their way, and sometimes struggle to finish the line. That model ends today. We are here unveiling a new framework, a new business model, a new vision. We are rolling out a process that places premium on what our players want and what you need. For the first time, we are building a structure where our game does not only entertain, but also pays for itself, sustains the clubs, and builds wealth for all our stakeholders. Hashtag igniting passion and creating wealth for all.
Eno ene Abraham kopie mu eho no said de na lunch no cost no introduction no ode ne ma nyina gugu akwam ti sesi ade ensam ode atodwa no echire ma na ese start time de omuni she eka enso eho no mu biem na ode sika clubs no ebenya ansakra ya start season no ode tudwa na sika no emu odru ye papa sesi de clubs no atade o mate de na sika ebe ko mu botom ye yankoni enkotie ensam a Mr. Kate Okreku, the Ghana Football Association president, Edituja.
Our matches will no longer be games. There will be high-value content capable of being marketed, broadcast, and monetized to support the long growth of our clubs. Through this initiative and in partnership with Adisa Productions Limited, the private sector, and with the full backing of the current government, we aim to make football in Ghana not just a passion, but a viable economic enterprise. As part of our new approach, and through this unique partnership with Adisa Productions, each one of our GPL clubs will, before the start of the league season, receive the amount of $1 million Ghana cedis each. In case I'm saying that before the start of the season, each one of you would receive $1 million Ghana cedis And this will be made possible through the new partnership. This will be our minimum payment for each of our GPL clubs under this new model. This will be the minimum. This is not a grant. This is not a number. It is the firm commitment by the Football Association, by Adisa Productions, and by the government, represented here by our Chief of Staff, to ensure that Ghana football becomes what it's supposed to be. Indeed, it is an investment. It is a commitment to club transformation. It is a commitment in visibility, and it is a commitment in the business of football. It is the difference between delayed salaries and timely payments. It is a game-changing moment for our football. Furthermore, we are working on a price structure that rewards every club based on your league position at the end of the season, and not just the champions. Whether you place first or you are 18th at the end of the league season, your effort, your performance, your participation will yield financial benefit. For every game will now matter in our JPL. Every position will count, igniting passion, creating wealth for all of you. This new model brings meaning to every JPL game. It keeps the competitive spirit alive throughout the season. This is a system rooted in merit, but also in equity.
The game changer, what they are mumpo game changer. Wakwa Adisa Production Limited, Ediaba. Say, the season started the Aubo with TV 1 hour shot. Na say bibia de dana kwam we nya afa na scratches bia ebe to TV na ni bia ye be share football no show won say quality no e was through ye won say na nsan ya ball president cup no won how na quality ni city no. Yes, game changer edi aba eti clubs na subotom etimi ayede say no season no kra end ya wa be relegation kra benya kakra dia so botom na ade ko obia na uni asem bia wa anwe kwa owe ye no wanyeska eno ene nsem a Mr. Kate Okreku editu ja elho yombo ramo ene kopie mu Honorable Kofi Adams ono ene sports and recreation or the nsem kakra atuja wono nso achema o say eye na ho pa se enei lunch na course no partnership no ono so ne huwom ono so be piase a ono so de nsem kakra etuja yenko tie nsem as sports minister edituja.
It is with great pride and honor that I join you for this historic moment in Ghanaian football. Today's event reflects vision, opportunity and collaboration, the very principles that guide my ministry's new approach to sports development. This is not only the unveiling of a new process, but the beginning of a new era for football in our country. When I assumed this portfolio, I made a clear commitment that we must evolve beyond government-dependent models of funding and begin to leverage on the strength of the private sector to grow our sporting institutions, football included. Because this was not just my thoughts, that was and remains the vision of His Excellency, the President of the Republic. The presence of the Chief of Staff here is a testament to the commitment and the continuous support that His Excellency, the President, his government, and all of us gives to sports. As Minister for Sports and Recreation, I have always believed that Ghana possesses not only the talent for the potential, but we have everything to transform sports into a sustainable and lucrative industry. What we are launching today is not just a media production contract, as some may call it, but it is a strategic re-engineering of how football is financed, structured, and marketed in Ghana. This aligns with our broader strategy to leverage private sector investment to transform sports, especially football, which remains, and we all know, our national passion. I've heard some tell me, you can do well in every sport, but make sure that we qualify for the World Cup also. If we don't, you are in trouble. It tells you what football does in our homes. By what we are doing today, we are telling them we are not only going to work hard to qualify for the World Cup, but we are going to make sure that our leagues become competitive and attractive.
Enti sesi adie Ghana ya football no season way jai. O shebo ne pa bo so o shebo no. Sisi adie. Na odensem kakra so esa atudwa honorable sports minister. O kire ma say clubs no ahokyere kwa omo so ache. Omo sika sema kofoma che na sesi ane de enam contract omo sensan yi no omo sika sem no ebeye yie edi amase kotokwa de omo sika sem osoro ha sika sem aka clubs nketo no omo sika sem no bibia betoto mu na akwan mu yankoni enkotie nsem okan.
For far too long, our football clubs have operated on shoestring budgets, relying heavily on limited government subvention and occasional sponsorship. This has often meant compromise of what? Standards. They don't work to standards. Dwindling enthusiasm and the mass exodus of our finest talent to foreign leagues. Indeed, we just returned from Morocco. And one interesting thing I observed, some of the teams we came against had 6 or more players all playing in one club in their various countries. So they have played together, they understand each other. It wasn't only the camping period that they had opportunity to play together. But because our league system is not that strong, you have to pick players from individual clubs. And so if you don't get enough time to put them together, it becomes a challenging situation for you. And I know this partnership we launched today is also aimed at solving this problem. Let's just imagine a league where every club begins the season with operational funds, as has been announced by the president. I know it's going to do a lot of changes for you. It's a great game changer. Now you are starting a league and you have something to start. So those of you who were afraid of signing some players and what have you, you now know what will happen. And so you can begin to do the do. And not from hands out, but through a new model of production, marketing, and revenue generation.
Tiano na honorable sports minister kano honorable Kofi Adams so say ade mo benya sika de assign players ti mo a mo pese mo sign players bia mo be sha ase na ese mo busebusa eno ene de efri honom eba yanko ne enkopiem so e wo majority leader of parliament e friend honorable Mahama Ayariga ono so de nsem kakra atodo chi mo se football de ye bo o man ma e de nkabom e ne ba o man ni mo yentie nsem ono so de tuja.
As a nation, football has always united us. It transcends tribe, politics, and age. It speaks the language of passion and hope. But beyond the passion, we must also now begin to see football as an economic asset that can create jobs, build infrastructure, and drive national pride. The new model being introduced, which links production, private sector partnerships, and club development, is an initiative Parliament is proud to support. It aligns with our national aspirations and reflects a commitment to innovation, accountability, and inclusivity. Football in Ghana has always been more than just a sport. It is part of our culture, our pride, and at many points in our history, it has been the glue that binds us as a people. Through triumphs, heartbreaks, and unforgettable moments that have united us across political divides and social differences. My role here is simple: to bring a message of solidarity from Parliament across the aisle and from all those who believe in the transformative power of football.
Ene sama majority leader so editu jabi okopiemo ewo luncheon na say chief of staff honorable Julius Deblan so edensem kakra etudwa wochema wase na hohwa so no so etimi akopiemo ho no wogina oman panyina na mu no no so edin speech atudwa amobia etimi etie bi.
I am honored to deliver these remarks on behalf of the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, a man who has not only supported sports from the grassroots to international level, but who has also laid down a clear vision that sports must become a pillar of our national development. The President has always believed that sports, and especially football, represent a unique and powerful tool for national development. It drives youth engagement, unites communities, and opens up global pathway for our talents. The initiative we are launching today is a direct reflection of that vision. It stems directly from directives to reposition sports, not merely as an expenditure item, but as a viable growth sector. The President is fully committed to the development of sports in Ghana, not just as recreation, but as an engine of economic growth, youth employment, and national unity. This new model, founded on a cabinet directive, introduces a bold new approach to football, one where quality content, strategic investment, and private-public collaboration form the foundation for success. Let me be clear, this is not just about football. It is about creating wealth from sports, changing the narrative from one struggle and sacrifice to one of innovation and opportunity. It is an initiative that will represent a game-changing investment meant to encourage professionalism, enhance competitiveness, and inspire ambition. The President's expectation is that this model will ignite transformation. He has directed that ministries, departments, and agencies align their activities to support this process. And he has further committed reviewing its implementation periodically to ensure that its promise translates into real and measurable success.
And sama Honorable Julius Deborah Edituja Efa Ekopiem lunch and national the same way now to the young Bonsime near Kopiem so
staff.
Chief of staff.
Yes. The chief of staff.
Okay.
Honorable Julius Deborah.
Yes.
The chief of staff.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
Adena
Ejo Bibia.
Ade.
Ejo Bibia adena de kai nyina wan be repeat o mu.
Ono de na me interest room.
Sir.
Tell the operator no.
Okay.
Ono de na mo interest room. Ono na ye me de. Ono de na mo interest room.
Ene ya na de me ko. Ene ya na de me ko. Ni akochi.
Me dwene ho awe.
Ni akochi.
Me dwene ho awe.
Why? You.
Chief de na mo interest. Why?
Edo adana. Ni enkopie mu e National Sports Authority omo asia me no kase no na se main boss na nkasa e fe no ene Mr. Ampofo Ankra se si ame no kase de watima power chairperson e National Sports Authority Kumase a e fe no Nana Ajeman Jama watimi power no na abra o power mami o chiema o den sam kakra etudwa oso no de adwuma no eneye na wakasa kakra bi yentie nsem a mame no editudwa.
I believe those who have known me for over the years know that I'm an action woman. Let's talk. But since we are into sports development and facility management, I think by God's grace, we'll get there. We'll make sure that there are events held in the facility. Also, we get value for money. And again, our culture of maintenance, we need resources. As DG said, we need you on board. You know, sports is a social intervention that the government has to push the money in for us to put the facility in good shape. So whoever comes in will come and use the place, and at the end of the day, it will still be made available for the other person to use it. So, my friends in Kumasi, I hope you all support me. Sure. And for the ladies, this is a feather in our cap. The sky is the limit, so we'll definitely get there. Thank you.
Sama Nana Ajima Jama editudwa abra ene ya pa no se ono ene ebeye chairperson ewo National Sports Authority Kumasi de anmichema na se baban yara eno ene nsem editudwa na National Sports Authority boss no Mr. Yao Ampofo Ankra ono so de nsem kakra etudwa efa stadium ne ho ochema wose sesia de omo be share pitch no na omo be share no workers na start juma kakra o pitch no so ba for now yi on be pitch ne so adwuma no omo ye wi a enho no na kotoko betimi abesi akan omo furu a na ese e wo stadium no omo ye de calf e request e wo stadium o yenti nsem a oditudwa.
The last time we were here, we did talk about the Bavara Sports Stadium being rehabilitated, especially the pitch. Since then, it's quite it's deteriorated to the state it is in now. There are a number of factors that's led to that. mainly obviously been to the lack of funds and also the lack of artificial water, which naturally we would need for the pitch. If there's no rain, we have to make sure the grass is pampered and treated. So we know there are upcoming assignments, both for clubs and also potentially for the national team. But as of now, Baba Yara does not qualify to host any major international tournament, and we need to work at that very quickly. It's been almost 5 months since the new administration took over. It's been very challenging, but it's important to note that, you know, the NSA's mandate is not just about maintaining stadia. There's so much more that goes into it, and in order to make sure that we have the right thing done for the long term, we did not want to rush into anything that could not be sustained. It's very important that we are sure about what we're doing. And
Sama, Mr. Yao Ampa for Ankradi Tuja, Yambo Ramani Kopiemo, Ewa Lawyer Safuduku, or no Sutimi Kopiemo, Emma Kumase Asante Kotoko, no Koyano or Da Enesenase, and Wakacho Mosesiane de Obedo Mase, so Mava, or Mube Monitaba Bayara Sports Stadium, Nejumedia Bia also Mudibiano, or Mo Etimi Eddie, Yentin Sama, Lawyer Safuduku, Eddie Tuja.
I'd like to extend sincere gratitude to the Director General of the National Sports Authority and his team from Accra, and then to the Mayor of Kumasi, the hardworking Kinzuba, also representing the Honorable Ashanti Regional Minister, for their presence here this afternoon. This will tell you that the issue of Asante Kotoko playing the next Confederations Cup here at Baba Yara is very crucial and so important to the entire Asante Kingdom. So, and the country as well. We knew from day one that we'll be playing in Africa, either in the Champions League or in the Confederations Cup. So we put our house together and put in the request as far back as 2nd June. We wrote the letter on the 2nd of June to the GFA, the NSA, about our plans to participate in the next edition of the Confederations Cup. So I would plead that, and to add to the mayor, that we would want to play the matches here at all costs. So whatever it is that has to be done to ensure that Kotoko plays these matches here must be done. Thank you.
Lawyer Safuduku no or se kwa bia so bobo no Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Nia wo so ye na bibia ye pepepe ho no omo sere omo nye emfa ema Kumase Asante Kotoko. KM boss e friend Richard Ofori Ajiman na se e friend Zuba edin dodo anipa no e de friend anos no na ochema o se nia ekoso Baba Yara bia no mbehwe no ma ye niye na oma maintain pitch nso na so omo hia moa bia na NS ne mra oma so ye omo so beboa ama bibia aye pepepe de ama omo.
The right attention must be given, and for those events in Kumasi, our focus is the Kumasi Sports Stadium and perhaps the Lenkri Sports Stadium in Obuasi. We want to have it to the level that would enable our teams to perform at their optimum best. There's a problem that we as managers of the city and the region have. We have Kotoko, which is a solid brand. It is not getting the needed response from its support base in recent times. And I believe, and we believe there's something that has to be done from the Kotoko management's angle, from the National Sports Authority's angle, from the GFA's bit, and then from the city authorities' bit. Now, from the regional minister's perspective, whatever that we have to do as political heads, we will do to position Kotoko in such a manner that it will be attractive to its support base and let it yield the needed financial dividends. What would require of you to also give us the appropriate support by making sure that our stadium is all the time in shape, and then if need be, and you'd have to fall on it for support, especially with the grass, the turf, would be available with our personnel from the entire Parks and Gardens department for them to assist you to make sure that at any point in time the pitch is in its right space to let football look the way.
Eno ene sama Kiame boss Richard Ofori Ajiman editu dra elho na odi ade sede ato NS nanim o say Oban original minister ka kire ne say oni NS ne nkasa na omukọ kopiem won kran omo ne afi no nkasa said e be ya season no omo ye fixtures na kotoko games a omo bebo bia no omo bebo na nwumre nko a said because ye bo na wi a ye yi Arsenal ye yi Man United big teams ne ye yi team ye matches no yesa omo ma stadium into omo nyina nwumre nko a.
One thing that the minister asked me to put across to you so that you carry it to those of the big men in Accra, especially GFA, is that consider Kotoko matches to be played in the evenings. Consider Kotoko matches to be played in the evening because we believe if Chelsea is playing at 2 on a Sunday and Liverpool will play at 12, the focus of football spectators, especially young ones who have gone to do their betting, will be on the Liverpool and Chelsea matches. So if we are playing Kotoko match at 3:30, they would not come. And running Kotoko is a lot of money. Players, accommodation, salary, and all of those. So if the spectators do not come to the sports stadium in the numbers that will help Kotoko to raise the right finances, then it means that the people who are running Kotoko, we are putting them in a tight corner and it will affect the overall economic fortune of Kumasi. We want Kotoko to enhance on our economic well-being, and we feel that if the GFA gives Kotoko the kind of attention that it requires, it will help Kumasi and for that matter region to create employment, raise money, and let us go the way we have to go. So let
free hanum eba yentin simo transfer news no nia fakakra en shimnia sorry so en free fia ya kan wo fia say abrantia e friend Rocky Jamna kopiem e wo heart of folk okoye training no sesi ame no ka say de nanka house for e pa abrantia no so be sign 3-year contract e de ama heart of folk na sesi ame no ka say no abrantia no management echema omo se da bi eniema bi wo abrantia nanim enti omo de omo on sign 2 years inti house agiatum Rocky Jamna ebe sign 2 years me no ka se na china after training pepepe no obekwa akopiem e wo commercial center ho no eja wakwa akosensan na bibia so etimi akoye e de ama Rocky Jamna eno ene de efri honom eba Evans Oseiwusu ono e former Samates player se si me no ka se na branch no oye free agent me no ka se no heart of folk ene di kan bo branch ni punumo mo na twetwe nkomo edru akire ye na Kumasi Asante Kotoko enso de omo ho aba bewram brantie na dwene no eye ntanta na ansha na brantie no etimi de house de na to nachi akwakopiem ewo Kumasi Asante Kotoko aso eye na Kotoko ene na kasa na akwa achie ne de boys yi be kwakopiem ewo Cape Coast na pre-season no was started na bibia etimi atutom Cape Coast no omoko omanyanko sa omoko yen
Izombo Kumasi.
Oh, nice.
Adakojachi.
Okay.
Hono mbe kakra free.
No mabe ye
bi echi omo sese on madwene a.
No moko.
Na stadium ni park no we.
Omo steps no. What stadium na ya no omo statue. We say brekum Chelsea fo enche ombeba.
Dia ombeba steps.
Ai, no masa e kakra omo ba.
Okay.
Enti omo de every season bia.
Okay.
Until this season.
Omo nyina be steps.
Ombeba. Kakra mojo
na sa steps na 19 steps de na wa
19 steps they say there 19 steps bim
sa
ai some area ho metina o kakra 19 steps bim say am say o ma no be 10 bi no megu ayi ama na ko
okay enti Evans there no
ai
na wanya ofa bi wo APR e wo Rwanda
okay.
But APR for so much more kakra. Samates for man no omune no etinasi dinkomo. Senka on sign 3 seasons and for more Abranten so be sign 2. Ti Samates for here no msido emwa omo. Ti sadia omune no omowie. Nti said you okay say wo se kotokofo akoka haso.
Akoka haso.
Ye be he ba bi e be kwa akosi.
E be kwa akosi. Ti if which na ko nyina e be di akiri.
Evans Oseiwusu. Your local league so you fit
in quadia.
Fit pa. You need ring give you your local league more channel.
Oh channel yeah. As a last season the praka credit ninya.
Oh you fitter. Local league there. Obi any ho beto no. Nti wawie.
Ai me wi omo ma me baba yara na me nsore so na de aka no. memfenja echiro hofo no nechina omo asesa de eguma ma nti baba
on your screen now the current state of Baba Sports Stadium ba nyame se yenka no kure grass ni so
Sir, whether no,
grass ni park no so
say whether no, but you see o rain season
no deliberate no that juice so na say
deliberate there
park ni dey akosa no
okay
park ni dey
akosa say akokora bi
ya me ni stadium no kwa wohwe ayi wohwe stands no kwa enhyem kran enhyem kran o se ba bia mponi pa na yani abrisi be bibia enya asema stadium we siasa be 1 year akura na gesi
anke
no when you allow at the end of the hokwa now you don't attend to it you don't unsisi hwa
hwade ya ye
on say for ama Black Stars ambo ho bie mo no e na omayi omani free stadium ne so
efi na mana yesa
yesa bo league ni we akotokofo nya hwe ho
you question the sport
da kodo omanya dai so mo de ombe han ya ju musika omo de ombe dai National Sports Authority and the Ministry of Sports and Recreation for and away your mojuma.
You have so many about home, you don't be.
And ya Nina Bahon says, I deal with Comoya pitch near. Michelle was say any 6 months.
Ever say, oh,
she would have say you. A fee, I am so.
And your feet,
so clean. No, I'm not talking about make us stance. Pitching as young one. Make us stance.
No more painting. No more painting.
Come abandon. Obia uncles.
Osifi.
Ana, yeah.
Washing bay for the omo ibi no the roka no.
Ade na esene na wotwutwu kura nye no. Sana baba ya seat na.
Oza so we na boso na.
Amna.
Enyo student tutu ya na atiro mo fix ye no. Atu za no ya mo ga class de woso no. Tino, let's observe.
Roxanne Osesi, please, I want to know the type of grass in Baba Yara Sports Stadium. And they just say senior. Say senior na ye juma senior. When I bet a type of grass I'm going to and the better is better say na no my.
Tina all the way
no na bet the type of grass.
Just that now you want on your grass not here. But whoever you should know about it. What he wants.
Course be German here.
How your course? And to compare the type of grass in there.
So what now watching you?
Now let me be asking.
Oh no, I bucket.
But Arahu.
I wasn't cowboy sanyum. Arahu. Ghana.
That is say Kakesie. You see a co-worker, he's scared the cushion. She picture Bobo also. She previous Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Now her neighbor Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Oh, the Minia. Say I'm trusted. I'm your
we may assure say na blaster game beyond Bobo.
And I agree. Say I do say pay you. Say you let say you. Picture see me no.
But there's some to be painting grass. There's more spray.
Everywhere. That is spray.
Spray.
Baba Yara for a spray. It's sprayed everywhere. I do what wouldn't.
Okay.
It is sprayed.
By spray near behind
I also spread your woman. Also die cry your move. Ebidience so kind ebidience so
it's momo de na de so kind na na ko
me no de me
tama na wo ho no say the call retirement
hey the masum ju adwuma no ha no bia from Bolga so what is say people know me na say dey o me ha no nya wo so e kra ka bibi kakra
ba chale ade na reho my mfa ni agro ade we pa de siase ade ehun say yan kantima pitch we yemane to level a you see other pitch we wo yi e betia take 2 months.
Yeah, I like the commitment being shown by the regional minister and the Kumasi mayor. How omopese omoboama ne makoso no. Let's give them the support. Say anya siawi. Say ye tiam the whole thing we need to fix it. And omo commitment no, if it's anything to go by we need to encourage them, support them. Entire Kotoko supporters, the Kotoko club no. Anybody who loves football, young mom need their support no. And I want to believe say we can fix it. Now, when it is that we are able to fix it, then I heard the maintenance culture. That has been the problem with us. Of course, but they be alive. We are not alive, no that. And you know, that's what
we wouldn't be a man for show interest. When you kotoko ni si nchen a opportunity for people to make money. Asa. Ada na ese da bia ye tena ho. Da bia na ye stadium ye kase be bobo pe. Trouble. O my be pa no so mo ye football nation asanyoma we si. Se ye de enya se nye ye kobo a World Cup qualify anase ye club kobo Champions League na Confederation Cup ye stadium ye fa nya we. Adai.
Let's hope and pray.
Hope and pray there.
People are wicked.
Let's hope and pray.
People are very wicked in this country. Even you see, only I'm saying they are wicked. Baba yara no mpacho. O de pitch na enye. Say you say you. Enti say ye de djuma e hye won sa. Obi na emeka say in park no so e say water park no so. Because the current stage say they forgetting about watering the nsuo ngusu be apart from nyankopon nsuo ayeso ana eguso no. Nsuo ankasa pa omo ankasa de say ye water so de omujai. Ene jan se park no grass na enhye.
We nye kotoko Africa yo mo boya. Anka bon se top 4 ni league say ya na ebeja mo mabo no so.
Dile ye
say ya na kebeja mo mabo so. Say ya na kebeja mo mabo. Africa na kotoko ko boniti aka say ya na de bebo league games.
Obrane ashadan we jama park na say.
Ene hwe de kase ya government ya kofa ba. Kofa de safom be production. Sa disika abese football mu. O man panyini mahama modern bo kase ya waboyi. To save Ghana Premier League. Enya kotoko Africa mbeba anka picture e de beba begina so ma de safo na betwani.
No, but you see a wickedness. A wickedness. Meaning why we should be doing this to ourselves. Meaning why we should be doing this. Just say yeah, we live in a country where the young policy enya because Baba Yara say senior na ye wa pitch is pa because na any the only venue blast fit me
yeah ni abebe kuma se
ana omu afere mo akon kran akusiesie nkran de no to the fact that omu move akon kran de no we now becomes useless. Nobody cares about this one. Jibo, I think say it's about time for this campaign. Why it's about time Kotoko rise and show say at least they are powerful. If any baby are chanting there, they are powerful. Powerful in the sense that you do a level where they should managing this like footballing management of Baba Yara's Posedio. At least whatever agreement they will go and sit with government and
take
do
it up.
You do a level where Kotoko menamusena lo esafuduku ewesa brofo catch up say showing power say they will play
they want to play
Baba Yara's Posedio. Lawyer. Oh, sir, now they are telling them, they want to use it. And whatever you have to do to
they send the letter to them
ready
2nd June.
Sir, yeah,
commanding.
You must say, Bobo. And send them, Tama, ready, be our money ready. Jibo, me fee say, Kotoko, dear send me, and said they should sit with government. Then take over the running of Baba Yara's the football aspect of Baba Yara no Munje. Football aspect na him the pitch no the most important thing. And then you kitikiti say bia no you do it into match days money any check bia. Say match day and say money check bia you take over the management of bia or Baba Yara bia on match days. And when it is in your care, you make sure say at any point in time it is at the its best level.
Yeah.
Because any financial say inform ho
but ade bia me ho me dwene ho a me ntia se mbacho Parks and Gardens enya aban dia see won kura kura mo titi Ken University omo ye horticulture was the end there meboa nti yentimi ma we kura nka omo practicals ho say a way of learning say aban dia institution ka see e money time kura mo di tua ma hade bia since I did a pitch maintenance ma Frank Boy yenya pitch papa wo Ghana ha ma ne nto aso 1 year da mo hwei
nta also say it's kind of manti also I understand here it oyen in the level
skabe siasi ade to aso ma
this kind of manti also I understand your
me bo fu bruta
enne makoma atoniyam mani age na medanya mi asese ensem bia for many years I've been saying I'm pushing the F no say omo eye no I think that now omo learning years and is beginning to bear fruit Sir Adisa Production Limited ya kan ho asem ya abaya sauti GFA president bro focus here any ordinary creating worth any igniting passion e be share ho
wa wo ba no bi twa school fees ama
it is as a result of the FA's collaboration with the government. The Biana because I say you cannot do anything in any country. Abroad or politics or minor every. To welcome to a football economy. They are the Ghana no. Say if the FNA now omo de omo smoke to aban mo kwa aban nim. Any aban discussions are. And near ma ombetimi enya free mu no. Ebi na ye nya no sisi yi. So the government willingness to support football and the FA no moving away from Babiana or entrenched position no mateki. And I remember the first time Minister Ika said he's talking to Super Sports and then to make sure that A, B, and B free Mabano. I personally spoke to the executive council members by 3. Mr. Boku Behe Omuto Nation. I want to football. I want to say what my idea. But then I want to believe so much as you must talk here. Hey, bro, focus here. Hey, cancel the FNA. But you and I know, say, this is truly something that's coming from the government. And I never read football. But because the FN is holding the football matters in trust for the government, you know, I say, oh, man, I better not cast it on my baby. It's all good. But I have football to them, say, yes, FIFA, somehow can, there's a thin lie. So I buy needs did not mingle with football affairs, no. We all know. But there are some areas that you can exploit. Because you can't Ghana economy, football is a part of it. Football clubs, football clubs employ Ghanaians. I'm a bobo. Omo tenkamen omo other aspect of Jumano you know chomoka. In a way, almost save a bino. Oh, baby, Jaden are buying will be built my idea support to a buying.
Only the tia na buying the do sign your captain Musu Kaka. Football clubs, the individuals there. Omo business po musika. So to the mention say a buy we and in bebre do sika kushem. Ewa bro money nya return BM free ma. One way your money bubufu.
I didn't know make us say collaboration
say a year muye. A good step. Yeah. But enya dia ban beye menye so said the 4 years of NDC government on beye but omo ma FNA foundation bi agina so
that ena make one
enti eye FNA said there unse omo ko ye nyina o ha partnership no omo anka na more of years to be di
yeah
meboa unse sika se mo wo mkra wan ti obi afọ maban mu so obeka ba ya yeti hey 1 million ya FA president iken edim say efra aban ho because it was a promise from the president of the land now.
Yeah.
Omampanyini Mahama.
Yeah.
Iti abane do sa area na. Aya no mo ye careful kakra.
Enti na ye obebi obi say obase obewe na ma. Me mfa nam emanenwe. Se no kwan a ye fa so epenam. Isi do because do bia wontimi emfa ma onti da. When your kid tell you ope fish, you don't give him a fish, but you teach him how to fish. Oh, no, that's how you find see, that's scientific. You know, you expect to say the FA no leverage on the opportunities. Oh, the buy that open up that collaboration a bar directly and indirectly these are some of the things that unya but we say football no na football for that ko say your island be so and aban no bibi no moye
because they call themselves the football people
but at the end of the month so various government are bringing on and you're prepared to come in because okay we football baby but it takes somebody who pushing say this is what I want to do from the word go. I want to believe that the president after Obako, you know, the students are not what gain, you know, or share all those aspects in account. I don't know for your 3 months or munya. Your football because that took to Konya has no. But I got the Konya has no do, you know. What I got to quaff do a bit of Mumba at the Zikabe. You see the point? It's the Quack walk off in so a bar. Eh? Who else? Has to be yeah, but do a power bar. Who else? Me no you know you say so to go mamu at that time maybe house of folk and Quebec I see a body no baby a team no. So if you know e wo say e be ma clubs na di but no you say they do the right things. E ja ka benya so motom na we ni ye na say subscribe so benya bi di more than say wo be na una dey so twa na onya bi ni. So a good thing. And then I make something that I've been crying for. Say no. Me who why I say for the no yes I know as one of me say me take runners are football people no me tell them ma kuma pese etu
so mo say football na yomo dia
ayom de no mo ye de ho
aban so de national teams
what I say ayom de no mo ye de ho Saudi na we here elsewhere nobody will talk about English football say esa aban ko rom they are doing the right things even in Africa here and Ghana 12 many the Tanzania no ever talk your players Tanzania can come your player ho top players you ntimi keep on Tanzania mo neko Rwanda and strike will be I said no baby I koi I said the right thing I didn't know Rwanda football ebasro the government involvement so I'm happy says I be on ekoso now I hope say ebekoso akoso I'm take advantage of that
okay
na etimi aye e dey boy in football so kudos to the president. Kudos to the Minister of Youth and Sport and the Chief of Staff representing President and all other people who are involved. No, because we are in football. No, and also have venue and Magana phobia and Sakoma. Very important.
Abino Emma Fini Foundation.
Good.
I say wow, super so sit down no be abaso. Mebo anama to foundation amount. Wabuau.
This
into real foundation no. Na wa kwa be fa so apagam aboso ahihye ni ye apenti ato wa afa ho a
se ne odo afo me ka tete masem nkyere afina wo jai na me pese me di che no na ofo obi obetima ya adwuma e de aboa ye football team no and the football clubs no so mo pick it up from here aha na say football clubs na be bia mo kwa here ye di akire ana here football people no mo di akire na go for this kind of mobre ni a che football boot na wani agi me want to into a place ka and then Mr. Bogu we just 1 million Ghana cedis ekoi teams did be team to players who is the FA president they can position somebody no
me kran kamenya anka FA no kran no monye ayi clubs no omo ayi players in salary no so the bosum no mutuatua no
so ma ayi no auditor account
no na ko mo hwe e bia bosum so no mo releases can the ama clubs
go for the to hone
no ti o se ade ba ko a se ama ye league ni kwa manfo ni interest wo a bet in a coso league.
Yeah. Seen you.
It is a sika ban near CPC 2 a sea cacra. The ma a dear ni bread bet and also ban a place in Timotiomocan. This is sika way dear.
Who's the minimum that they will get to? It means he say they are going to receive more.
I say,
every brand is the minimum.
I buy never behind the coffers more. So better be biaka but say see the UTF
the position of the league crown you'll be rewarded by your position to the Obey league per arrangement no do benya including the okay
no yenya aboteka
the president said it
sika se hono nya aboteka
sika the package what is in there
the new money will be benya 1 million
tini e ka se titi senior ade no the woman say enye efifo na akopa ba eya ban o mampanyini Mahama e na o share Ghana football abra na opeso obedi president say oba obeboa revive the Ghana Premier League
good
so what the mention say it won say enyoma bi say koye cabinet decision na wo ya ban na wan katakata so na wo ko biebie mu a wa hwe ya na akofa problem aba Taught them I say. Into one on quite a mesro. For the sake of your league na eguna or my penny who's so person pay league in my no. Would you see woman in one no? Young Jones Kaka.
A private enterprise.
Yes, senior.
And yes, I did. If it was to be government's money, then probably all this would have passed through parliament for rectification before disbursement. Until I don't want to believe that it is government's money. Say a basic card here as a parliament. No code deliberate. And something. To me, I would want to believe that a year private enterprise being a discount number.
Say bet me so free a ministry in the budget.
And
Ministry in the budget for the year.
I know it's all the dead because it's public funds and it's all come yet.
So okay, say you be more be 1 million Ghana cedis. Your league so 18 teams never.
You say Emra Yewura
President.
No way you know
Finance Minister.
Ato Kasa ato force.
Kasila ato force. Odi
budget ni media budget iba.
Now was say Ministry for Youth and Sports and Recreation. No music I say. And no and yet will say the boy football no e gina ho na mabunu no adwuma o give us something to understand. This best we have it. I'm talking about transparency. Who can you say Baba Yarasos you made a comment and you are not far from right. Say we are koyi sika man for benya film mo dwene ho. Beboa wan kasa.
I say the contract akoma zoom line for near the omoka into omuntim be paper yi so prison force no go yi.
Yes.
Ada near me for mo nko no mo go paper.
Yeah. Into ade aye kan obehwe no say ya ma transparency ama o de akire we ma tie akire ase say ya basic campaign ya go na pe yesi obi mebu akonta eno na me
e dey akura na Kofi Bu amaso so wo ha ye say you guys were there when the king said the big companies Kumasi must help renovate the stadium. Now big company be na ba so be renovate stadium no. They all say see any e kan.
Baba I'm fa ikutu emi mu wa. The Baba Yara preaching. The type of grass you do na your friend Bermuda grass.
Bermuda.
The botanical name no and answer scientific name is Sanodon dactylus. Sorry, dactylon.
Of Bermuda triangle one.
Bermuda no. A crobidin triangle or ponoso. But there's a country called Bermuda. I know. Yeah. You know, say if you home and buy, but the origin of Australia. Now much it's a sort forming warm season perennial grass. Now it's a baby a warm. It's me ejinano. And I think they considered all of that. Ni properties one hour.
Na Ghana high
advance Ghana high
hot not a warm.
Oh, say you can hot. You can say warm. When you talk about climate, yeah, warm day. You can hot.
Your hot climate. What about your hot climate? Hot climatical condition.
Hey, hot yeah. What mean you know? It's a shit. But so you the warm.
Yeah.
You the echo. Now you see, I remember very well said those times, we were considering two grasses. One was giant star grass. So I know don't play statues. I know there. Me ya agree kakran me ye ho ayunti na minimpa. But
oni zemrebi. Me ho na menya akobi. We dey kafra o. And nipa no frame fa wo chi. Em say US. No so hu say omoye Accra Sports Stadium pitch no, green grass no. Na wo hwe omo ye adwuma na do hu na damfo na damfo na electrician.
He's getting it wrong. Oma edua grass no. You be chrew how you do no. I laborers near fa. So who need man electrician? Let's start who need electrician.
Technical
no.
Sit down for the electrician.
We do. We do. How say you know we do on pano ya de pa near friend Michael.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Enti omuna but Kwame, if you remember, Prof. Oni for Faculty of Horticulture.
Okay, and
okay, Assam ayibi collaboration, meboa partnership. Ah no mo never hear a pitch no so maintain ma meboa.
Yeah.
Na Maya no horticulture for ma wumpa na omuna na tabas. Sesatanam.
Yeah.
Omuba for experimentation.
Nice.
Oh, anyway, was on Mujina so. Oh, Mupa. Ebe Samuel, that stadium kura nika ɛwɔ ɛfɛ ɔmo yɛ no maba just say things were going on those times no what's that pictures wo di me enu bi bai am de toto ho that no na we titi say no
until no master
so the path might have broke it down upon the exit
sabe na what coach for no
mo ba
omo na ye
no mo ba to maintain omo so de omo adwene be boa
so dem kura mo school
oh
etini nyina e kan mo practical
asaba be dey be kan won say so if we have the faculty of horticulture I so omo ya de pa because another school of thought were
even anti said they making what they fan so obi a oye horticulture wo ke university
I know obi a
pass no obi electrician
so it's okay with like also we can still improve it by talking to the right people like you are saying how much me dey yabama ababua oh we na ko fa we nyina ede ba you know enti hwe there's a concept plan
go o pitch ne pa sisia senior nyame amemu a
is it kwame yesu
kotoko first game ne be
yesu so nka e bia now ye be kai mencroftry they stopped working on it because almost be paso iron fufura you don't have to go and work on it you don't have to put in
utie ns boss anya sanity
oh me usem see abia me can say sanity o because you see the reason why
you abia ni free o
the reason
why the ns boss as
the reason why I'm saying that is that mre wo na omo be tutu so ale
that was the brain of the previous government.
Yes.
No, we say be on the call.
Yes.
Maybe na omo plan no.
Yeah, because we are preaching. Yeah. No, I'm saying so types.
Yeah.
Meboa.
Yeah.
The surface had problems from the onset.
So what they call closer to maybe say what they call scoreboard. Center line side okaka.
Yeah, right.
So wutia ho a what is afro.
Yeah. And sensuo no kwa who sparrow jara on the surface of the soil.
Sina sparrow jara ne dia.
Abotobibri.
Okay.
Abotobibri.
Oh na grass ne dia say unya abote na hwe a ayi se bitwene tanyina wo mo.
I know there you are now picking that is why
the senior kind
and ayi 20
UK days no
and 20 nyina wo.
I
20 nyina wo. 0322494401 0322494471 yemfa be 34 calls bi na fe yenso so na news at 6 emma meto so. Hey, oh my konkro Ghana. Is it the baby konkro na free wo? Senior enche your campaign your best at it.
Okay.
Menya nko form some be finance.
Me come home.
Accra de no. Accra Kumasi Accra road no.
Oh.
Na
picture.
And now no pay me who Savior Church. Wo Asante Achimbogu. Omo accident no. Na me who omo wu no mo pictures no between 15 to 25 years. Odi baby akase finado asemato aso.
Adanwoma so hene nana ntia mo apanyi otoso mienu ne wa paase kronkron oboje ne ata no dumase na medina. Master Jibo enim se kotoko de there is no way self crop bia you no free baba ya that person the mark boy a match no be bia because said ya fu ye ne asi abre no ye be se ba stadium be bu homa ema baba ya la bom match enti NS no de wo so mu ye bia na emiti kotokota ni bia omo nyiro omo no omo miti ye tam nya sa dia ye nti aso ye sa
oboy ne ye da se ye nto aso udin ba bia kasa finado wasma to aso. Hello. Okay. Hello.
Good evening.
Evening open udin ba bia kasa finado wasma to aso.
Yeah, stadium one more. And yet, you pitch no one, a mistake. Oh, process now, like the working in our Babu crowd. So, be anyway, more stadium one. Sitting in a more countdown, I mean, okay, yeah, that's it.
enti baba ya sports stadium ho asem no yede mu si a news at 6 and e baba to aso but say no Kumasi Accra road no ye baba declare say state of emergency ye baba hwe say ye be na drivers no mofa kwan no so nyina obi apake ne car na be na wotwe bi obi ankonkran obi amakumase aban ne kura ye kwan foforo a de asene ne cars fa so no omumpe bibi mfantare tare mu se de be cars ne nam so a ebetimi akoyi na we Accra Kumasi road ekum nipa kura chen time a covid bae ene yeti hodin okoje abo osori anopa abetena morning show so MPP ni NDC sem nko na moye hwe Accra ni Kumasi kwan kamo time nyina mo fan discuss Accra ni Kumasi road won kan na Afriba ha
we
kwa abefa so
we the bullet na ekum ntonto
yes yenya MPP ni NDC sem no na yen hwe the national interest and the most important hwe kwanfo a cars faso
any ni pe
obusuani krawo se ofrin kran ba Kumasi and ofri Kumasi konkran a
o meduru ya na oyam hyehye o
onya wadwene so be fasting no start ye fasting adai munya news no nyina na mo fan kankran na ayi Kumasi kwan no na sebi mo dia onfa so a unhu se de sitie se wafa so a me hu se kwan bi wo wiase a e kwan na mu da ho drivers ntimi mfa so no mo nam chen what be da amai be na etimu sa no
why highway
e be shia china
Oyerepa FM ni yade kase ba we amamo ni wiase ni na bramo muntio wano o konsabio munya sona muntie
wonum asama chese emusuakwa wudu obi wo ahemfie se wo mmra no munya nsenkaye se be ya sundu betumi de hene
na yesebo da abuso ewo akonkodiem electoral area wo Doma Central Crossing no mo enu nkamfua wonum kwan so enya quarantine penifo enhwe enyema wonum
yede kase bwana beko atwema mponua mensin mu asante mantem hanomo a womanfo ne adehia wonum ewo mpaseti a kire se Anglo Gold Ashantefo abetu sika kokko wagya mra ne ho esum owu afidie se wo mo ankata so apa abobonyom kowa ni kowa
Bampani John Dramani Mahama ena ase wodi agro aka sempa wacha se mema mo ne mo yere ham no bekwana bema bi ne twesi so za wacha se enye kura na de to aso de etise po
ensam no de anu ohye de mu ohye de wosie hunu de wo beso de obesra pomden kominini ni nyina ewom ye wobre ye beje brani akenkan e de amawo na ye fa sedam anwuma koi Gasto any menso plus Mr. no ewotwa so Gasto Mr. no se unya yamkro wudidi a oyam ya aduane to oyam oyamutua eye Gasto Mr. menso plus Mr. no so eboa fichikomu hawo afei ye fichikomu yarewa nyina tipaye ene krosokro ye nyina ebe ye free ho odepoa vaginal discharges menso plus Mr. menso plus Mr. no so eboa emanyina ema esiesie hormones no afi prostate plus Mr. no eboa mema agyanom wofanom eboa odwunso twa no ene ba bia dwunso nam nyina ema no masisiye Mr. Bakumase Kapelba Sunyane Gabson Pharmacy Koforidia Reports Ventures your Kashi Drug Lane Yemfra 0248 778899 0248 778899
na fetu be party kenso na efre wo no yade ya kwatafre no ketua mama fetu no fa pa bom pi wo so na mehunu yade a wontimi ntu ase ena ye kan onse yade pa ba ko diabetes ekum nipa stroke so aba mema no kra de any infertility ne de tete sa na ma no monto bo asena monko ho yemkro osa so so na muframa mpa yade bia da agege wo no kohe no hwe emfa enuro ketua mpupu na nyame ya dom na empa yare taso do fa fidie no yade a wa utimi se wufra hene makokobi 18 ho apia ampa una wi ya chia no 0246728675 0556272671
na abusuya dwumakuo no de wo mo dɔso pii no aka we ho ananwumre yi wabɔ na dɔntene sɛ asomfo miensa yesi nkonya na dɔnhwere ba kontem ensam no ye bepie mu akenkan ama Ghana fo atiase a na asomfo ye miensa edi amaje so ya gangster cat ya meeting kura wako jiabo okran mene
Piazi Lodi enam
Krobia asante yeshase
afei abusuan jebre na dwedweda mu se keji madam wa obi akwada zipu na ensam no yemfa emu nkyeremu enhyase emamo yeshaka se bonase ane yekọ enkran pompore mantemu ablekumanov Busumi neda na tosu edu ebaako 11th July ana ebeto odwase abato bi ekoso ewo 19 polling stations na womo ede apre womo emna sebedwani nano ana beto odwase ensamtroni ane din ede kwabena ajekumba na hene woye na dwuma sama ne boni ema GH1 television ebeto odwase aposifo apapa ne sum awoni nkonsa apam no a entwa yie na nsam yi ba yen Ghana Police Service enkrapompure mantemu mpanifo de betu dwa kire mu se police ni awodi se adwuma no woye commander ewa adenta na aposifo ahone senchen de ye kan se interdiction no ebi se na be ya hwehwemu ebetimi akoso na sebi empanese wa no hon mo na efu ye kasai ensam trofo ku batan kase e wo Ghana ha mo metire Ghana Journalists Association one my friends am trofo nhia mo akire mu se ne ekoso no aposifo ma yete ase ewo statement bi o de ba ye kire se police ne no yamani interdiction na afa krampo no wo mo ye hwehwemo no wo mo de kwadu a ye kan sa assault ana abo police ne yi nanso se ye kasa yi se police ne no ye de ne kwa court ne anase wachina aye hwebuada na wo mo kirem se da bi ye ntime ntena se bi onsam trofo e ma se biduadu mfrani mesiko tia no wanje bode betem na national president ye Yewura Albert Kwabena Dwomfo wo de atodwa kirem se ye ma a police fo na wotwe pepepe police ni awodi sansamfo no ene sanfe ni mo asem no sa Ghana mra ene no ene a Ghana Police Service ye mo ne Ghana nsam trofo to nkwanta ya pai efri se ense kwa yi apase kwa wonfrem a police fo se mo ama emra a esefata ene police ni awodi sansam hunu no a Ghana Journalists Association kire se mudwumade bi amudie sa police fo ne nsam trofo ya wo Ghana ha no no ye betwe ho efrim emu nsam ne
Now this is our demands to the police, to the Ghana Police Service, and the demand is time for action. Time for action. The GJA hereby demands from the Ghana Police Service as follows: 1. A detailed update on the status of investigations into all reported attacks against journalists across the country within the past 7 months. 2. A public report on the prosecution of the police officer involved in the Bukmanov incident, including timelines and court proceedings. 3. Clear disciplinary action and sanctions against officers or individuals who have assaulted journalists, whether in uniform or civilian attire. 4. Specific measures the police service is putting in place to prevent future attacks and to train officers on respecting press freedom and media rights. 5. The police should do the needful by writing or responding to our formal request. We have formally written to the police requesting a full investigative report on all assault cases, including but not limited to that of the Bukuma North elections rerun. And we need that to be done. We expect these demands to be met within 7 days from the date of this statement. Failure to do so will leave us with no option but to advise all media houses across the country to boycott all police-related activities and declare them as enemies of press freedom.
Enti abusuani ayeti yeyi eye penimpa wono ana wo man Ghana nsamtrofo ku batan woda no Yewura Albert Kwabena Dwomfo ene nsamtrofo nhia ase won kran ana ode sansem yi etu edwa
Yanko Ghana mrasha bedwamwe na ene mrasha bedwat kwa atenase no ensema hudu pi ekoso ewo hono na First Deputy Speaker agina etina konyamu edi dwumani nyina nanumu no ena wobusa waja bowe mrasha bedwani onimonyafo Jerry Ahmed Shoaib say nanse asota tutumu yebahwe na accent nyadia watambo mrasha bedwano se ebo emu oya gidabe de keo efienye eyekudi larja ega sikasam nie sikasam wo don't fair kura no a wodi be frifie Africa abamra shebedwe fie no na edinima no da bi wo ho no mo ya nti na e won tam amra shebedwe fie no na no na deputy speaker of parliament edibetu say okay no cry fi say cars no a wono mo gie ye de mo say loan no car loan no afeni ahya ase atete wono bum 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 akosi ba bi nti e ma no nsuro kura ba soro efri say ye de bosia bi bebre won mo mra shebedwafo a ebeboa ama won ho ahehare won.
It's only we told you that way. And Jerry, you see, these days you have not been attending PCT. Why?
Pardon me.
You've not been attending PCT. Why?
Speaker, sometimes it's a matter of lorry fare. Since this government came in, it's been very difficult for me to even get money to have lorry fare. So, Speaker, that's the situation.
No, this one, Honorable Jerry Ahmed, you have a very legitimate point. Very legitimate point in the sense that I do not know. They have started deductions. They started deductions for the car loans. And the honorable member is still complaining about transport. So, leader, deputy majority leader, do you have something to say in response?
Mr. Speaker, you are absolutely right. The deductions has already started. And the money, I believe, is also in. That's all.
I no cry. Ain't you want some no casika? Say, be able to Susuka crack. Yet the abon person for the babuano. I'm a deputy member from Shebedjamua, Omunka emanente. Honorable Jerry Ahmed, a wager, and Russia Bedjani.
I was I trust you a coin when one can send me a new crown when Timmy the constituency. Now lie a boy, a chain one, Umunya Casika. Intinatures, I don't know. Yeah, and some from my TS, you know, and I know that and a baby too, just say, as it be, I saw the Ghana, and they say, Sir, Ibo for a woman, our Ghana Hano. All he said, only the Obaba Chicha Hini, our Ghana and Casanti, as I see, I will know what the Hujumas better. Na was Suma dining a dear Eddie Guho, na fe, watch it Hini or Hono, and yet, and swa one can papa, Wama for actually Chaka, a drum, and ye na as when you saw catch it. Yen answer she baby, when ye be ye. Na the Atiana say, baby, and some Quack Pimona Camo, Ama Nigeria Mampani, Bola Ametinibu, Etu upon for every Nigeria Honomoa, swap for your hammer on a subshore, Bianca, Ujuku, and a do many more on by ye. On by ye, Roberto Ghana and Penny, 40 someone could trouble aqua. One also so was share another subshore Ghana Hano, and then Womukosia Edin Comodian Tia, which and say Nigeria for any assault, baby a Ghana at to Yamanwaka could do. Na okuda tozu so editu dwa se sabi ogusabi ya sam no kra ba ye no enkofa patabiribia enhye da mai se bia Ghana for se chenchena chia Nigeria for every man mu nko ena Nigeria for so nkasa se Ghana for ho no enfiri ho mra nunti se de ni mesi akro ne de enkomodie nu a atwatia ene se omudi wo nkomo mo pa bibia nda ni agubre ene kasu Samuel kujito ablakwa.
It is also important to emphasize that we have agreed that we will deepen our community-to-community engagements. We are conscious of our history, that even though we have a historical background with a lot of ethnic groups having the same heritage and antecedents. You do know, for example, that the Ewe people migrated together with Nigerians, sojourned in Ile-Ife and continued to the Gold Coast. The Gans have a similar story. So we have very interesting anthropological antecedents, which shows that we are one people. But regardless of that, there have been times in our history where we have had skirmishes. You remember the Aliens Compliance Order, we saw a number of so-called foreigners being removed from Ghana. And then you also recall Ghana Must Go in 1983, where over 1 million Ghanaians were forced out of Nigeria. So we are conscious of that history, which should guide all of us, that if these things are not managed well, it could take us back to certain dark occurrences in our history. That is why we have been demonstrating a lot of maturity and asking that we douse the flames, we show compassion, we should remember that we are real people.
So for your shaman on this episode, Ghana Samuel Kuja Trouble na Motin and Casse, and for home something, Ghana must go, Sanso, and a Ghana for Nasabre Womo, A to Nigeria for free animal, Sa man shrunk it and get rampa elho, Nanso so see the tree and a chi, na Yabobra equate any Muntisan, and talking to get you in Yano, Samuel Kuja Trouble, HSA, I should be in here. Nanu, so for one also Shaman on it, and some so, Ewa Nigeria, or no by ye dear apart from running Bianca, Ujuku. Nya baba wa fe so no se ko nso wa di tudwa nyina ne se obeda Ghana panimfo ase asemi kura ba ye no se Ghana fo atombu pa se omamfa ehuhu America se na bia animanimu na wo mampam Nigeria fo kura na se mpo wa Nigeria fo wa ha no ono ade hye obi a ho nkan ye.
Like I said before, I came and I saw with my own two eyes that there were not tires burning in the streets and people with placards everywhere urging Nigerians to be deported. And the video, it speaks to how the government of President John Mahama was able to rise to the occasion. President Mahama and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are like brothers. Of course, Nigerians were in a very festive mood during the inauguration ceremony of President Mahama. Our president was here, and for the occasion he gave a very, very impassioned speech, which speaks to the special bond that exists between these two gentlemen.
Internet as no we swafo ya ohwama ne nsem ma Nigeria ma no Bianca Ojuku ya wudi apafuru ani mu ebae kire se mampani kura John Dramani Mahama nwi akudwa ro no ohwe kwan ya ne yafa so Yesu ano wo mampani Tinubu kura bae na ne nsem wodi tudwa timi se Ghana Nigeria de ye wotwa kapa so nkunti se de ba me no so nsem oka no no
ma yanto akase bo no so na ye kai wo se ye de nsem no efri asante mantem mo bofotene ba ko atifie poye atoye ne anafo anwumre yi wobi adwudwura dam ediyan ayaw Oyerepa wo ha ne akiripo enson eso ne yebo emoto mu yi ene ye namu enkofo ama so the Republic of Omofia kasebo no nam so a ye Facebook no so eye Oyerepa radio ye ko ensamfoforo mu ananano mu aka to hono mo se etuo kansinsemu a edi awu na sebi aboa kotre nso wonko wi amokotirankam ema pontrani emete ho emfifire ni nyina no ene se wo manfo ne adehia wono mo ewo mpasa atia eno ewo kuro ba ko a ewo atwema mponua mansiri mu asante mantem ha ana wani abire yi wo to abese no ni nyina no ene se Anglo da Shanti eye dwumako bi a wo mo no efom agudie ana wo mo etuo na mpasa atia adehia kirem se company yi aye na dwuma wie ene wo mo to amna donko ene yesene mamponku ana da ho wo mo idom be ye wo mo wie sika no wo mo de ko nanso amna no de eda ho na ene wo mo kirem se da bi obi ntimi nkodi se bia aduane bone ema obi nso enye kira yemtuo enu nti ani mo ani mo ya no amna no a Anglo godfo agya to ho no ba bia wo mo duru bia wo mo nsansan wo mo chimra na wo mmekata so de kan se reclamation ni bi free se eda ho sa no esum owu afidie ensem trofo nhia mu ase ana wapani a ne din ade Isaac Kwabena Boache waje bere se bere ensem trofo di nkoma na wo kirem se nansan wo ba bia wo kwa ne ba bia won ka bi nhia mu wokoto amna we mu ewui afoforo nso aprepra wo mu pa na ye no ane se na ame se mu betu mu gold akro na amna no moja ho no mo ato ho se kuroma no emfa mu ento aya no e wonse edo wo bra wo kasa no emu nsem ne
eji wona mo no ewo hanu no mo ye yana so ja mo ja to wasa eti akoye ti se wato ta so no bia manchiwo na manchino akwa akoto abonten sa ponchi bi etwemo obara be ja hadan bi ayede eti ana na so ma yemi anu ma ni yemi anu ma obia so ba awara so ko te bi ayede eti eti akire ho na yemi mu ni nche mu nyina obia fa kwa bia so se obere tika ya de sira dia ne se enko pa wa hawo Samra, then we think that them had. Think AGA for Samra, and Community, Namakasu, and Famayan. Yes, we went back near Kahuji. They are Emma, Yosu, and Colano, Ebano, Sabi, Obukuram, Pahama, and Samra Tinko, and the name of Passam for the other.
And yeah, yet Ura Isaac Quabena Boache. Why at Memunia, the Aquasway a hard drain, now what is she and Quampenesia quadranti, Waje Brennan some trophy Dinkumena and Watcheno. Anna Wabra, Amrani Bugu Mume Nipanibi, Adania Satwa, Ewo and Sanono, Emobako. Yakanasa eyewitness, Ura Idrusu Dramani. What the Atujana wrote him said, the Aquaswono, and near Papa. Efiri sɛ amana no ɛkagumu na ekunipa no na eprenipa ɛno nti sɛ mpanimfo nto ho anamo a ehu pa ɛma
sana sanende bɛyɛ 10 akakra na 11 abo nti mewɔ asuro ha ɛno ɛsɛ mbembambela a medimre ka ɛkɔyɛ kwakodro babia omoye adwuma na mekodu ya de asieni mekodu ya nipa me no anamra na aboago omo so ba kono de afili no bati ankata no so yayi no wi na abakwa yi ba kono na kya se wono de ne home no ayede akolati ana yayi no kularo no na yakaja na free amna mo no ohumi se ne mo fanantina flaka ya mo kodo ata duru ata kwa dota for no bede ebe ho enti o mo sa mo duru nkawe no na o mo je receipt se ndia be ya o ma ho se o nya wu o mo je receipt no mo se mo nya wu o nya wu enti o mo di na duru ho wi ya no na se aya wow nti o mo di na kwa no nyina de na o hu no ho mi kakaka
enti ayana mpeneti se wo pesumna so nkomo atia yensan aboa kokoseche ho nti wo mu a amana ne kagu mu bugu mu ku nipa pre nipa wo mu hu no biye no eyewitnesses no emu baako eya Idrisu Dramani ana kasa yi na wo mu a wo mu fall victim ye beka ne se amana ne buye ema ebinum prepra ye no wo mu epra ye no emu baako ene Madam Doris Kalinja wono so jebre na kosem na pirasem ene mojasem wode to nsem trofo anim
ana e ko sister mans for wesi yana wesi no bola bebre ku so nti dia baake ansana ya toka dia ya kakala ya baake na ebo bi frisro na mu be bom pa choro ni na week sex minu obia se okoba me banso kwesses ni ana ya me fenkola ba obi nko obi ma jimia we am dada m kura o mu ye bibi a jimba bisa e pa sha da bi ntimi kwa nsoro nkwa abo ntimi maka da Doris Kalinga maka se ni de nya ade a oba makwa ama na kwa akoya bi nti wane de o ka so koya djuma wane so asoja fo pampam nti obi ko se si aso koya djuma na se o ti se asoja fo ba ko to nsu no nya ade a nipa ko be de be nya nkwa nti mi amiti ya maka se no wodi na mi enim no kure ni menko ho bise ho na hu na de ya mutimi kata so ma yan ka mfisi nka beboa ye
enti mekwa wo so manya mensa kwa fa kire yade sesen wo manfo ne adehye a wono mo e won pasatia e watwema mponua ana wo bia betu no gold awie Anglo Gold Ashanti AGA4 moja amana to hono mo a asum owu afidi a ekuni pasa no nti aban musempa
Wasam yasam on masam sansam omayimun sam ne yasam yadimam sakase ni munsam yanko Domo Central Cross no emo akonkodiam electoral area assemblyman ekasa wose bola bia esi wo dosopo kamu no ha adwen pa ni nyina ne sen bola yasesa ne mantam electoral area bi wo hono mo a wo mo dumping site ba bi wo ha wodi koguo incinerators ne ade nyina wo ho a de was hye no wo hye de was recycling no odan dan ni te se rubber ne nade na ye foforo no so wo yiyi ekoba bi condemn fo be fa ne ade na sabola gu baabi echa ohawe free mu ba no se e supply ade free se wo bi wo no mo a wanya ade e na ne ho no ma wasese gu bola no so wansena be susu de ba ofie be si waduane so a wa ma akɔde da obema amibiasis anaso obema dysentery yade ne yahodo bi nso eye bia eboa entontom ema wonum enyini ewo prede pa wo mo so de madedi a two ni ade ebeba because yes it was scrotal elephantiasis obetumi asa echi ahwe entontom na de elephantiasis eba ni nyina eye ohawa ewo ye mpotemu wo se ne sai no nti ewo se mpanifo eba be ye kwan no a wo fa so de kɔ incinerating site ho no ana dumping site obabi otu border ni gunu free say esa sa kwan na nye no woni akoso a bola no a wo de ba no obedu kwa ma no aka na egu wontimi san kwasesa bola bio no se nye nipa ba akofo na wo so ye environmental health officer ka ho empanifo nyina nkamom no hwe kwan ya obetimi afa so eyi bola no afiri ho no
bola na kwaina ka no be faswa o be fa bola no no this area I ask them when because every for no but kebi so no anko di mu no afin so na aturu ntama kwaina say na me ma sam for the anya be guo anya one tip no mu be guo no me am sam bopa my hold for feelings but I was say nya awiabo na mana metintin so no to asna wo ni nyina akọ ama kwaina mu e den gata no mu san e da ade da ka no so da ba ne say o be fa kebi bola na ma kana da na de ama do ma nyina bola ka wade de ntombo ma assembly benya kwan no neze no ma bo msi amane to robo ba pa anwia ama be de begusu ben samfa ngusu ma enso nsana ntwenko neze wo gede akire bola and the problem no pan se kwan no ntia omuntimi ma me de me fa bola no kwan no so no enya kwan bi se bia me metima tomotomatima kwan bia se bia assembly ne de no ho na ejim ya de yeso bia na nka me de ma ye kra de frenti me da dwene pa se kire so no ba beti area opo ba be tobe ntine yegusu a ye ne assembly for no de odin komo me na MC ne presiding member ye ne mo kaza
yo enti akonkodiam electoral area assemblyman ne honorable Kwaku aho na wo say the constituency mo no kankan de kankan kire say boatiko kire say enije bia nim esan container ball kumu a ayema wo mpotem ho
say no complain the every president day bia on be complain and bola no say bola na tie no anya de bi say bia obetima bopa bi say bi mfa mfiri ho say aka na sanke ya de bi say e bia ka foforo kra tim fa na nka wono ntimi mfa wa ke bi kra metima raise ke bia ma mo ida mo fa ba we no mo special ka na say fa no kro na so ye ba ko pe this America no ntimi ma me fa ti dem pan fo na me koso ida abo mo hu man say esre be mna ne say ke this for so yeah problem ke se pa ba ko no we oba boba me antindis ka toto oba nsu a me antindis ka toto bes ni bi o motor ta ma aye na kama ne bola no ne bola no so akwakoye kwana no ne kwana ne de sen na ma mo ba ye ba sam ye first meeting ya ba ni the other matters ne de toto mpefo ni timi gidi say ye first ya assembly ya ba de aye tika abokile
Honorable Kwaku aho eye akonko DM electoral area ewo Doma Central Bonomantem
Ebenisi a odaso de bema na ukoto se obi aso abaju se here se nsuo ne fa de nunu mpreko sanse bibia atumisi de asie ene ntokwa ama ne matri so oboko empatemu no aka obi amache se nkutu ado so ba ye krupa ado ne o mafiti ase ebo won ho aban krupa ba ko etese tachiman meka se ne matra nkunya ye wo ho won akwa efa no musuaku awodo na akwa ba se wo he popropo ye wo tachiman na nkunya sa ase so mtre man hene wasi ade yo akonfia me otoso nan ka che panifo nyina se kwa wo mo akọ no wo mo mfa ahodaso no enko na wo mo hwe se bambo ebefa ne tuma papa bi afira mapa wo che se empatemu a wode da no se ebia busua panifo sa nsoso na ehemfu nkuma wo mo nyina ehe no ase na nana tachifi ya wotoso mienu na ekonti hene na ogina wasi ade yo ya na emu a wode afutue ema wabra na nananum ahia wo fa sa adwen
Asan edo enyuno wo me de benyuno swati de mekan aba enti no bibia mama ne hawo ne yie enti ne nyina chia hanne na nsema akoso nyina no de be mana na swati tena na chidom kae no se committee bi kura na be set na ene mo atranse mako na sa songo nsem ne nyina atwa fi aba because yanso no ne yesu hu dua be wo ni a yetu ase no kebia sabi yentimi ntra ha ma sa nsem wei emese kuru aba tie damase se ye frem no maba adwe bia so ada di ne no ne aboa ye pa ma nananom nsem bia nanka ye nim no sese ye nyina abubre ye nyina ya dwenem aba tino wo koyi yompa nyeniema aba ya so so yɛbɛfa adwene wɔ ha nana asɛm ɔbɛka no yɛbɛsena frɛ mu bɛpa mu na yɛde biribiara toto yie
nana tachi firi tɔso bi no ɛna ogyina wɔ se adeɛ ya kofia me ya ɔtɔso na na mu na wɔde nsɛm yi atu dwa nti tachi man kɔmɔ ne yɛdie no tachi man twafo hene ɛne nana afran katia ɔno so tɔso bi no ɔka kyerɛ zongo himfu no nyinaa sɛ wɔkɔ no ɔfa futuo kɔma mabunu no ɛne ma kyerɛ sɛ bɛboa ma pata biribiri ntɔkwa mente me wanse aba de deɛ wɔn mo twɔ mo mfiri wo koraa na biribi ne ɛyɛ ɔmu nya abotrɛ nso ɛmɔ mu nkɔsere fa
nti asemba na otu sɛ wo deɛ wopia wɔ na wonka ho a ɛbɛtumi happen to you anytime anywhere ɛnɔkora bi bra ɛnka bɛhyere wɔnyɛ kusase ne na wɔnyɛ mampusi ɛyɛ dɛn na wɔkɔ bɔko akɔsie ne papa ɔnyɛ kramuni na wɔkɔyɛyɛ mpo yɛyie bi ɛnso wɔkɔduru yɛ a wɔama bio ne nua baako nso saa ɔno ne yɛ sɛ wɔte awira ɔnso yɛkum nti ɛsrɛ m deɛ asi sɛ ɛnyɛ yɛ ho te aseɛ a yɛbɛko atew da kingdom kam ɛnɔkora bi bra nti aseɛ mma asomdwoeɛ mma mo na yɛkaɛ no no na bɛmfoɔ no a mowɔ zongo no sɛ sɛ yɛte sɛ yɛde ani ato mu nanso moyɛ ama kuro no ɛni kɔduro ɛnɔkora bi bra na yɛanhwɛ ne yie a abɛkyɛ atumi akyɛre bɔko because da bia asɛm bɛsi bɔko biara no nnipa a ɔmamfiri bɔko ama koraa no boro 100 amboro 200 mobɛgye ato mu a na ano yie a asɛm si yie dodoɔ no anaba nti sɛ mpanyimfoɔ no sɛ yɛntumi anhyɛ yɛ mma yɛanhyɛ yɛ adehyeɛ na yɛgyaa wɔ mo saa sɛ ɔmoyɛ adeɛ na wɔyɛ no ɛyɛ me dɛ mepati anaasɛ makonnwa anaasɛ abi yɛmfa saa nkyekyere man
nti nana afran katia tɔ so mmienu ɛna ɔde bi so ɔsoɔ kɔkɔrɔ mu no nana mo hemfoɔ susufiri zongo ne patapata mu ɛkɔhyia ɛwɔ saa nhyɛmudi ɛkɔɔ soɔ no aseɛ no ɔmo so deɛ anoba nsɛm ɛma mpanimfoɔ no sɛ ɔma yɛ adeɛ to nsa frɛ ɔmo no ɛhia paa na ɛbɔ mu no deɛ akɔ so biaa mo so ɛde ɔseɛ bɛyɛ ɔyɔ na afei deɛ taa kyire no nso ayɛ fɛ
About 72, 72. But anything I am not going to find that Saturday, I will miss out on Colette Duncan. More, Nana, the Copier, fire, more to us, you will be a band. It's my sister, it's my sister. Oh, Nana, in a few should go back on Cono, and the woman. Better if you feel about she. So because you feel, Nana, Rora Casa, Mills and Pat, you and I never had Piatas. I think what is up, Pat, Kuha. It is hard now. I am passing. Let you focus on the soil. Boy, your cousin go to and me and that. Possible and so on. Was for passing here the zero. I am back. And yet, never knows and pass sales will be better to my heart. Let us soon learn all the buyer in Washington. They are back. I said, no, you can't tell me. Nana car, as a try at Tiha and Kayanuha, and Kayan accessory at Tinazum, no Kay take his son measures, a Sandanka, a year escalator, a Sandanka, Nano afraid. Now, so ya Tiha's own him for us in the end. Oh, who may Betnaha, may can say as you be a wolf if never call not to the police. I don't give you. Say, or would this sign a man seminal? What Tinazum now, friend? I say, Zongo too fashion, or fashion could one year do one of the fashion into one, friend, one, 7 penny for William. Me, Aquala, young sister, mid 50s, but me young near Hinokura. I say, so will be a penny, and so deep, new woman.
Ebu onsusu hia pa ntina eno no ene techiman matra nkonya kwa asetena na oto nsa efre perifo do a agya mo fa adwen no nkoma atwagu ye bie eno no
ya to akase ebo no so a ensam wa yede nam no emu achamienu ebi keka pa sanka atwade ana ebi nso mu odesa no manam na ba ko emu odesa no manam no ye ko nkran ne akofa mu nkyiremu aba Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama ene wonka bi nhyem woti abankesiem ane ete kokoko hwania nananu mu atena nkonya a wonum efra atoye mantem Western Regional House of Chiefs womu na ebei ene animuonyam ntoma kese kuntunkuni ene ebanchiri ana ebei ye makwan ema omubo wurem na amanibɔ mu no ana womu kyerem se efitibra mampani John Dramani Mahama atena konya kese no so no ene ana brewa ayipuma kwa mu se nananu mo hemfo a wonum ewa atoye mantem se womu nso ba na womode nsa ebeto nsa yem ka kire mampani se oman wa ba atena se na wobra yewra mampani enso adi efiama ne ebo wonum no anu wodi ato ahemfranim se wodru atoye mantamu a woma Ghana yi petroleum ehopa ne friba na ye wonsase yantam bia eye petroleum hub no womodia na ebi wo honom eda ho womfanya hwe enu nti mampani kire se sane ebe ya mfaso beba so ama womo a womo atoye mantam nti asase ne fa baabi watwa edi di mpuntu dwuma bi sɛ da bɛyɛ a ɛbɛboa wɔ mo ankasa wɔbra wɔkasa ne mu nsɛm nie.
We intend to fast track work on the petroleum hub in order to attract investors to the western region and create jobs for our young people. I've directed the minister in charge to renegotiate the issue of the land acquired from the landowners. Our aim is to relinquish the excess land that was acquired for the project and pay adequate compensation for the land that we are going to put to use. We believe that 5,000 hectares can comfortably start the project, and then we can acquire any other land as and when we need it, instead of tying down 20,000 hectares of the land of our people.
Enti Ghana mampani esire mu se jata John Dramani Mahama ene abankesiem wobere nananom watena nkonya a wofiri atoy mantemo ede ensra kronkron besra no abankesiem mu na sansem we nyina no etofom
yanko arahusem magana betetati asam no enye de free say bema bia wonya mfrinsha aduasa wakohye ne kwanhia wo ne riase woni baabi a obewu ada ne nke hode wonsi hoda say ya so de do kwan say ya kam say ya fie kanya de a wobesi ho wakoda dwuma ene onu so opon ana aboso no so say de ya kakra obedi edi wobenya na wo direct ka bra ko na bra nem say sa bra no kra obi agina ho e record edi na si ya wono ankasa ka wo direct no asa akun no asam na reho na obi a wogina ho ohunu say de ponhia ne fa so si ye no ensam ni
everything me dey request kwame security personnel e zonda group of companies na any say ewie kakre no your cars here dey ton heavy duties e wa ha ntina long bed baako e ba be fa heavy duty ni baako nti wa pack wo the side here nti guy ya say bi wo da hoyi ono na o direct broni no amane de machine afo long bed no ti all the phone ya osiso kakane hu ya say long bed no at free machine kesi ni siso me once na we no gina long bed no say o gina so ma direction dada enti ati free ni nyina no gina so enti ati free na ye hu say abebo ade we mu no pila no ebo mu na e ya gina ma we ni so enti ati ne hu say nipa na ma direction no o sheka na say me wan e kura ni say bia wo region tembe because me na me present me ni nipa ni nyina na e wo na emo no mo
driver no driver for be free the other side never na say e den ani ni be share no same kana no jina so
na ka bien free baby ama ka na na tea free masa emie ni sijai ka na tea free enye driver bia anana driver no so
driver no we hu say obi jina so ana say
ye nyina ya hwese ya ye nyina ya hwese machine kese ni betimi asi low bed no so ama driver no atu ne car ko normally omo ba na say load no driver say omo ntan ka enim and omo si form na ma direction fa correct ko left ko hwan me as a security personnel no tembe be for machine na o say me wa run na me hu sampa machine say na eko nti we no so oye driver ha omo de wo boa broni no ama na fo low bed no ane ba ema ne ba sa nti de si ye nyina no ale 38 40 42 de obetimi enya
your number
your number
nti esi no ma friend mushani
finally ge sisi na semnisi nti mpelifo hanti why yo nti asemi nyina no me de na me present esi nyina me present
Arahusamo asie no
awusia efa we twem mamwe ma pani John Dramani Mahama e wade ne yere mfia biasa me nsantem wani ntina ne wo sheda edi afidida no kwa soronko so kura na no ena nananom ene mpanifo bia wo mo efra to emantem ko na naso nsrahwe bra mo ko ye ne nkomodie mu a na ma pani se ne yamaba e befa sa akwanya we so na watu awafofo kakra ma pani asa agura ka won se ma pani dia ono wo ka se be hia so pa no wo sere wo se hwe wo ye be ma sabi otoda ya atobo ase kakra enye da bia ne ma wonu won be ham wo ba bu hono ma watimi so atifie we nyina no broni so na agen wuwan en wote wo kwan bibi kakra bia no wo kwan enti wo be ma no so anya abotre na ne safo so a na chese wa ma na nya wono no and watch as a Bronsam with me for a marsh at the MP. Now a bema na we are wafo Oma ho kwa ma bonsam efa ayere so no da da chiranko na fi awari go baba enti mampani John Dramani Mahama ese awafo nyina ntie no ntie ni wasi bi da bi atwam wone ne yere ase omo eyese omo beji omo akini kakra we kura nche yi wase omunya enfie aduasa baako no omo ware enfie aduasa baako eche se ohemu abusu enfie ba mienu a abesene kuroye mu no enti ase kakra sa na ono ane sofo ka cheze maza we no kura do a hoye no yiri be wiu yiri be du sunkunim sempo enti gaba ya yedin na tena ba bi apediampa wo so ye din no eboa ne papa enti wase mema no a mo de da bia na memmeme ahomaso ne ade ma ni nia no mampani se mafutu ni mu ntia
is to try not to argue with your wife. And I'll tell you a very funny story. When we achieved 30 years of marriage, it was a big celebration. We were sitting in our pastor's office after church, and we were talking about the celebration that was coming, 30 years of marriage. And so my wife started saying that, Pastor, don't you see, 30 years of marriage, this marriage has survived because of me. Otherwise, this man, who would want to marry him? I made the mistake of arguing and saying, oh, the marriage has survived because of me. I'm the calm one, I'm the patient one. That's why the marriage has reached 30 years. And we're arguing, my pastor was looking at me in a very funny way. And so when we finished and we're walking to the car, he called me aside and said, why were you wasting your time? You know you can never win that argument. I cut it short, but I learned a lesson. The next year was 31 years of marriage, and we're sitting in the same pastor's office, and everybody was saying happy 31st anniversary. And my wife brought up the same subject and said, you see, this marriage has lasted 31 years because of me. And I remembered what my pastor said, and I said, yes, it has lasted because of you, and I thank God for your life. I couldn't have got a better wife than you. So she looked at me and she said, are you correct? Did you wake up well? So never argue with your wife.
Yo, I'm better than I know. Scandinavian wa idura na dua na se idura no pa awiam pokra be sha dati gegegegegege woni fie ska ofia nkoda nsu no pa tinde kire se oyi mampani se ememe mamu ne mo yere no eham ana no we bia wo yere enhye da nye kini chinchin ro hunu sa
uniska na ase aphrodisiac amawade so uska obema so ewrade asem ne amen ma yanto akase ebo no eso ma yansa mra santemantemu biem ye ba fomeso fomeso ne yedro na ehonomo ana Council for Scientific and Industrial Research of the Crop Research Institute ewo na wo mudwumadi a wo mudi nyina no ene se wo fa abefo kwan so ema enobayi a nkebi ni hono wotimi ya na bia ba so hu na nyame adom yesi afre beans bi common beans wo motimi abomoden sa the 4 varieties na chese na hodo afoforo enan asa be kan de ye wono menanka me de minim se ye wadua pia ye wadua kuba ye wontatra ane ye wo ayi ehu enti ni nyina aka ho bia ne ade a ene atidua amo atidie ni bi ene wadua fa na hakedo na se no na ene wabra mpanifo epa ho entoma no ewo from main station ho no ana director Emma Council for Scientific and Industrial Research Emma Crop Research Institute Professor Maxwell Asante Dako wada to na wo kirem se varieties mako enano ampanifo de aba no beboa papa kire se enya asem ketua na wo kirem a afi nko ano institute no the varieties mako ha ne aduonum 150 different varieties anom de abeka Ghana yenuane ahodo a yebedie no ehwemu nsem ne
akosi ni say of our no beans ni nyina common beans na ye release na one of the varieties very high in iron ye release na and very high in zinc and suffer more nutrition omu dia ebe bo nti yenya na se yedibi school feeding program any ade apart from say yetumi ye the big beans ni ade no wo say to me the no awachi te say the yem beans ni ni no copy ne eno awachi de ya experiment ni nyina omu ya ebe boa we dey suntem kra chain ni nyina by 65 days e be as early as 60 actually 70 days. Most of them are around 60 days. See, 2 months. See, na aso. Nti idea you bet me build an industry around it. School for bibriba. Every school sabi omunya ye grade graduates. Ebi awunya grade graduate kra. We one of the crops sabi nti say banchi agi say 1 year. Nti see to me build an industry around it. No omudua on a certain scale. No more assurance say ya building industry be a omubeji they are big beans and as omubeji e dey ama school feeding. Young graduates can enter.
Doctor. Enti wane me wa fancy Richmond from Pong. Ni show ndi say akuafo de. Akuafo chefa. Edru kwese na ja no agi green. Na odi me hwamo won ponche nan o meta wo so ntwa ahana sam beba no. Enti Professor Maxwell Asante Dako. One of the director Emma Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Emma Crop Research Institute, Ewo for Mesa, Emusamono. Now, and watch and Dr. Solomon John answer. One also why director of Crop Service, Emma Ministry of Food and Agriculture. One also and when you pan some true food in common, I watch them say a Jumasua Institute, no abono FPAM. And then to say one national variety release and registration committee no bedin komo na womo ahwe say foot will be hono mo a womo dia mana fe no womo pia so e dia koma national seat committee na womo ahwem
this year na variety release committee no if you for that yeah ba in fact you be say be some in some bebre yam kosa e se ntrim sisi e kwako tie experiments a omaye a no so ye ni ho e no so ye be bobo ho wi omo presentation na ye be caucus meeting as variety we have release committee na enioma na ye na be hu se na ye be bo enioma po na ye say empo say ba say ye approve e wo yen level e wa ha yen yin to me e no mo approve but I no kwa put that level no mo so mehwehwe mu ansa na omo de omo stamp asi so nti ha ye wo no yen enya approve asem kra
baby away enya approve asem kra enti se sia de adua hodo ane ye wo ohun pese kan na ye wo adua pia ohun ye wo adua kuma ana bambara beans ohun ana chire ye benya atidua de ho wonwie no ekeka no na adua pia no se yenya enan abeka ho na se adua na bosonso bode boa eden we as kidney beans ye wo kidney beans o PSA
and you're good so for the kidney
PSA
oh and bounce as a kidney so
and Kofi Ada dey do ekube wuti kroma
oh you crop ya agronomy so
yeah
oh see ko your pag
agree students
sir mo ya agree
students
mo ho obufu me say mo mi no mo ho obufu aw mo ya agree mo si ha ye no nsia bopra mo ato ana ye te bode amienu 3 cities ana mo kasa
esro abrosan we esro ne da ho ye de ho be yefu
sa
de bo je be de honko be dua mo ro ba ne bia bi ho
area plantain on the mountain
to mo cowpea ni ho
cowpea ni de keka ina
cowpea na say me what was a cowpea cowpea say
varieties no o bia babu on 2 minutes na be u fa kan okura mu e mo mre ebi so ha e pest resistant o so tete obi si na mo hyehyem and we bebre ho no mo
emo anim
sa because e resistant to
unya nkwanwo kakra de wonu ankwanwo
atidua no na
atidua na
ene body
unya body ehwo nso wo kokuro motise mo asagra da beta na citrus oh ehwo
aduane so agem
na agreg for mo nya de ye fiti bra ye wo mie menkan mienu pen na menu menkan fita ne menkan kokko jampolo munya di nkan mbo
eno de
say ye nya variety fro
mi nya menkan fro
na
as a greens you know
oh
greens most of the times
and also that ni parodo na greens na buy the bedidi an
brose Obatampa abele hi
na emo so no na nsem ze
emo so ya asante mo
la page now
ya dura so already
yanko high court na ni bidi aba yebaka Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono watch say why ade bi a ensem fatanti His Excellency Ewula John Dramani Mahama so nkotena nchen na yenhwe nsem ni mu a enkosi na maame kire se ompene na yesisie efiri se asa ye ya e de asem bi ato no so a enye saa netie enti ni nyina mu no ayi na kosi nchen no wo de asem no ekodan high court na make say high court abo asem no to agu what they call say a human right abuse na what they call human right division cry high court say and some are ekoso ni o no oba for judicial review say emra no won fan toto na asem no ho no nka bi ma no no mo so mo hwe asem ni mu ano chese ma no ni point bia enti point no say high court throws out Chief Justice Tokono's judicial review bid enti kwa wo call say hwe ni nsem ni biem no course se wo nya bibia nkuram emfa moa no enka asem ni bi ma no enti me ka say wato asem no ade ego na maami Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono afi mpimienu ene aduonu miesa 2023 no that's bre no sa time no na ye June ni de to so edumienu ene obeye otemuafo panyi oto so dunum ewo omayi mo na wo yoba oto so miensa sa position no obekura mu a wono nko a sansa ene di na chi o asem wo ya beto no a maami ya ha wo hurukoba wo pese atentrene bi eye adwuma e man free say osusu say abanwe eni no eni ni ye e wo gina bia odede gira no
yo na busuafo se swafo ya wo hwe akwan ya tempon so man yi mu wo pani governance kwame agboja na ni abre contractors a mo ya akwan no so pa wo se dodo no ya akwan no a empempi enche na asai na no da wo de tudwa se akwan yi a ebeye na ebeba se ye ni yiye no contractor wo asempa utranye ekura no ebetimi achew yanche okura nso a utranye ya yentua aka anwumre ni wo se sisudua se obi biada ya wo ye contractor obeye kwan na afi eba behwe ne kwan enye papa no asutwen bi esefata ne yemfama no afi nso mpanifo ado hye na se ye no ye ahye ye hwe akwan ne atempo so ya wo mo ye adwuma se mpanifo o ma contractor bi adwuma se kwan bi da ha bra beye na obekwa akwa anya ne yi a ntua ne ka epokura no be ya sa mo sa ni pa kro contractor ne ka se wase wo ma no kra esika so de eye kwane nchechim kakro de tato ni.
From now, contractors who get work must show competence and commitment to do the good job. For instance, we notice at the ministry that contractors get work and then when they are asked to buy, let's say, performance bonds, they go to an entity, the entity without making any checks, give them some cover, believing that government will never come back to cash the bond if things go wrong. Let me sound this warning. From now, when you are a contractor, you do work, and the work fails without explanation, we shall cash the bond to use to restore the road. If you are a consultant, before you get work at the Ministry of Roads and Highways from now, you will need to buy professional indemnity insurance, because if you supervise work that fails without any explanation, we will draw down on your insurance cover to make sure we cover the damages that you have caused. So this is a very clear message to contractors and consultants. We are no longer going to tolerate shoddy work under any circumstances. And also staff of my agencies who supervise, and indeed read what the finance minister said and part of our laws. If you are working with highways, feeder road, urban road, and you supervise work or authorize payment for works that were not done or were not done properly, if we find you out, you will be surcharged.
And yeah, we say we are contractor, what the contract na to ho so. Say adwuma no be ye bebe hwe na wonya yi a se de besi aboka no anya sam ketu akura afi so ye no anya ni yi a eno so ho asotwen e wo ho wo pani kwame governance agbaja ena motie no nka no esofo hwe akwan ene atempo so
yento akase ba no so na ye monfenwura mu wo NPP wo so no kase amanyokuo no emu na nka me ya yesa o my Ghana abakose mu no July bosumi ye fe ne se July no kita wonsa no enya kura edi atitru ne ni ntina hwefom wo so okay 2012 atame na July ehu pa Daddy Lumba July enu so ehu pa NS ya akumi enu so July ehu na mayenkwa kwati ai July busumemu yenka bi nhemu kura na beto odwa se wopani anu wate akonya so se mra se bedwani ewa akwatia yewra ns yaw kumi wada ya wansode ye ma no so wonsom ye ntimi ansomu a ye kase wafra ntoma ne tentiri mu na empanese se asansa kwa atua wode na chiri eja akroma enu ntina ho behia se electoral commission ebie nkrata mutu wona de kan se by election no ye kokoto aba ne ye pa emrase bedwane foforo edema omanfo ne adehia wonom ewa akwatia na ade akyen a empanese akotwe akone akotwe aba ne nua ene foforo abetomu de betomu ene se NPP amanyokuo no akwa asetena na waka wotiri pam ho no wopani a anasa brante omayi no se wonkonkosi party na namu na wompire to minima wonom eye Solomon Asumadu ye bone mrane se akwatia kin Solomon nya de wotwe Proverbs no na wono ananayi wode nsamato ye wotire mu a wosere papa se etire ni tire enka eno nkyesa bonte mefa nkodi wote wagitum se akwatia MPP amanyoko no emu dwamienu se akurase watermelon na ntawantawa wom na nso se si anu a party no ayi wono Solomon Asumadu se wonkonkosi wo manamu na wompire to me no wosere se party no wo mo nka ma kirim se romanfo ekwanwumusua na wo mo nto aba no emfama no.
After 2020 election, with the Ayawadia beginning, so when you need election, maybe you have to find country. Some pam. Now, that is the election. And so, on one look me away. They promise that you can't go in the answer. Then I'll come in the Why, not yet. My doors are always open. In fact, one getting close at the crowd who need to be inside. But I'm not there. When national doors are always open. I'm not going to now.
Enti Solomon Asumadu wona sabrei eni pipi amanyoko na koyi ne se onkonko gina wo manam na wompre abato no ewo by election no emunani obra yi no powder destin powder kolebu powder de bo nkwada to hun ne nyina shorto yi ewo kole ho yetugu ni ko mu nyina ne siso nyina di powder na enuachi ana member of parliament ema akuapem nof eye owura same awuku wode atudwa na wo kirem se wo pani a wonya ne ba bi kuro yewura ns ya okumi adwuma wo yeye awa kwatia enya adwuma kotoa eno nti saman pani ato ne bedin wo sere se wo manfo no hwe na wo mo enhye opani ne saman animonyam enti owura samia wuku wono na yemra se bedwane de ma MPP amanyoko no ewo akuapem north ana wode sansemwe etu edwa na enu achi no national regional ene constituency egagafe edema NPP amanyoko no omoso kasa
ye na obian se ene sumi de pe ma ya kwata ye shene ni okese na me you are received abaye ye be ni papa ana ne sawo kwa kana from
constituency regional and national ekekafis of oh Meraz as I am mama it was now tell you
okay my friend Chemwe honorable Daniel Ata Awini chauffeur electoral area assemblyman Doma Central Crosinima Sound American na obekaya mfidie bia ansa na MPP beko totoye CFNU ya kwa so no offer district road improvement program drip machines no papa isi de abonetry money free say ni area hono no akwan na etitile akwan no totom emunye ofa so a obre pa mutum na agajia onipa ebre okwan no so nti wase panifom fama no fa nwu kwa no so a enya ade a ode ema no na so wase wode na semanyame efri se alabe yi nkoana na nka omope ne manfo yi anka fidie no ode bema wo mo
so started to toy your areas babia masa okohwa erosion and abemfa the gata so na yi a 7 brothers 7 nipa kura ntimi ntra na ngampasa ka atra na awe wo sema wo me se ni amejira me no kasa yi ni angasa amayi mi botomska ye bat tiskarma almost 200 million the akofa anya anasa afafunu ma menka na sasa na ya ma me na papa no bi bet na me kire na se ntire me ko sabi dadanum kasa dadanum abegumi pesu aso ba bia me here say drip machines na sabi assembly anya no omo de be ba beboa me ama me yes aduma no na otwe mienu nie me ba assembly atembia no me omunya school su di ma me ba me ba nso na mfigere nsi ho ne ya me ya no me ne mo kasa o application yesu sanga mfigere kwa su anga me ni problem o ba na ba che o sa mfigere no se be change oil ba de following the one mfigere se be change oil eni ho
na honorable Daniel Ata Awini siba hanya no way omma kwan ma ne manfo emre e wo kwan ho
mentime mabini mentu aba mame say 7 dollars amema boabe na meba assembly na machine na se be ko boabe no me kwara me dada me mpesa sofo se be tsena adeche se be ni trust bia wo me wo ni pana so ti do man ground says machines na ya adwuma ne so onya adwuma ni babu sam say na why na machine na ya adwuma ha de a wo de anya adwuma wo mpesa so there is a discrimination wo so njampa mu wo ndi sa assembly no wo ade bibia ya so support na no onya na omo anya sa de ba bia no mo na jiji kwaro anya de asam of fresh be tra ho
onmanyamfo Daniel Ata Awini ani abregon asogon wo chauffeur electoral area assemblyman
yo na enweko bi epe security a unim ka so kra kan beboa kucha driver's license kama wo de frɛ 0503 264 195 0503 264 195 na yini enkomo eno no akaba ako
aka social announcement ana
maminya LPMC
wa ko ni me ha
mo blast me nkode ana meko ebusuya Divine Mercy Cosmetics anase Erica Cosmetics tie nkomo ni yie pa enku na wo desra no ready na yese benku ato abusiem emmoa so hu ana ma hunye hwam bra ya ma hunye hwam wo dress am yehu se crash na apie no ababawa na apie no lady so hu enti Divine Mercy Cosmetics ene Erica Cosmetics na frɛ woi eye body cream anase hair cream ye won kwada de mpani de ye won ku bi won ma se be ma kura nyusu nanso me yetimetesra oh emwa yen emema ye de ho ema nso de ho afie no nyina be challenge e wo wedie num ana ye won paboa designer wears bags designer hanks ni nyina ye ema na mema de me pa chaw fo ni chirem na koyi wudie ne kitawo a ne bo na fo pa nso eye papa ye di free UK ene Netherlands na aba edum Mrs Anoche Plaza abrosano mu na me pa chaw Divine Mercy Cosmetics obutuo frɛ 0553 45 7200 Kangen Energic Drinking Water me pa chaw alkaline water ntieboa emani padua ne sisi so kama ekita magnesium potassium ene iron na wonum bia eguni padua no tum say yes ni padua na men ankasa ahode no ni nyina wo munti wudro traffic mu a de obetia ne yes nhye enra me free cape ko so bana odro anwan kwanta tum yes nhye metwem ko a Kangen am say bra na me ntow na me kom baby enti me pa cha wo ye yi party wo mprampo ja na say wo pensuan no magu wo broken heart so a eye Kangen Energic Drinking Water na mo a mo pedodo atuo no mompene kentema polytank ma mofu mani nchirem ewo breman UGC anase tafo new road no eso abawa route junction hono mo na place woda Frezel 241 449191 and 0507 37 94 74. So won call Midimafo Herbal Hospital na American Farmer Way. Dr. Time da so, Dr. Edu Jamfi wose yade no. Emu odusa aposifo mpaboa kura no eduru hon mo a. Ebedwo ebeye fiase dweba singlet. Enu nti Midimafo Herbal Hospital nie. Dr. Time da so enie mepacho kumase. Wube hono yade bia memodi yade bia fo ni kirem ewo ho eboa kwa atwema gogo kwantempon no so. Wube ho Midimafo ana enkran so poku ase mayira ewon kran Frezel 24477 4282 and 050072 another 7215.
Now the attention say Department of Fashion Design and Textile Studies and Faculty of Built and Natural Environment nyawono Faculty of Engineering eka ho Kumasi Technical University so eka ho bi nyina na aka bomu no mo kyerese we eyedi kan kra first Adakojachi Campus Fashion Innovation and Technology Fair 2025 and eduru show no ye kan sa no a eye Fashion Expression 2025 fashion shows from kokra nti wa mabia ha ho bra hentade ni bi dada ho na ye fa befo so nsie ni so ne ye hwe kwampa be fa so na befo ebetumi aboa yen na ye de awura fashion dwumade ni mu na aye kra behwe nti asenti eda so no putoka semu o kire se Bridging Art Innovation and Technology na kire se hwe abefo na afi so ne niema wodu a ncc ede efa fashion no ebehwe na afi akeka bom kama na ni nyina mu no aye ne se yankropon ya adoma launching no ebeba so na launch na ebeba so a eno no eye Adakojachi Campus wona udru FCAT building no ho no a HSF animu ho no na ekoso FCAT dan no animu ha eno no eye adwada ebei ede toso enan busumi a yekuwura mu ya kire August 4 anopa nundu pepepe tienhye no so na exhibition no atu aso won so kro no a Adakojachi Campus eno so ebekoso ewo ho yehye no so FCAT edan no animu ha eno so eno no nti we nu akwaye adwada da etoso enan busumi mu na tuam kopem ya wukuada da etoso ensia busumi mu na nhye ni se na etie kyesebe ya nopa no nkro na tuamu a akopem anwumere nunum da bia ti nhye no so na awum na me kire adusuafo no adadafo no nhye no so pa mo de ndia wo de begire ginam aye wukuada no da etoso ensia no na mo de no aye kra behwe na Fashion Expression 2025 wankasa no ebeba so ewo New Great Hall HSC Kumasi Technical University Asim Campus eno na kyese omayi ho a omode eye nti eno ne ye fiada de toso enwotwe busumi mu nti eno so eno no eye anwumere nunu pepepe ne de ahyehye so momrai na ebeye de ebeye enikan so na Promise Broadcasting Limited ye ken Repair TV Promise FM Promise TV we eye supernatural watch night ya ye de he so na group on de bibia enso ne ye otumi ade nyina ye wate nti asentire no na sofo no wo adwuma mu de wo nyina enesi wo na so ebesi efiada aja se busumi ekowura me de toso enum nti e kaburum sa no na ba bia ewu yani ma ya ba bia ya itadi dwumade ahodo no odura akro bia nkyerɛ de please run about abra na enye de ye tie ne se minister Kwame Jidu Joshua Bano Frida Boatin Junior omo na nyankopɔ amom tetremaja ya umbi hunwom nti yenso ye hwɛ wani papa so ayira ana
ai weni adwuma na aba
konim
nti mesere Ghana mabunu muntie me yie pa sa oyo ba sa oye bema nkomo yi afa ho efiri se bibia ni fi a enka nkyere nkwada se mumpe bibi ne miankwa habayire ana habayire ko ya nso wa nkwa mpene se owi atwa adwuma de wote se ye bohu da wura no atwoti eye pa me pa cha company bi de abeja yense wo pe wo mo a enim tricycle wonim twie ana afa nsuro tracks eye cars akesie yi wo mo a enim twie na enyesa wote da ase abrawa na wo makora no so se woni license abemfre msreopi ye hia won mom kita license a wo mbetimi atwi tracks ene wo mo a ebetimi atwi tricycle so hu dosia nti we betimi afre kita license G kwado timi twi ponko enti me pa cha wo ya interested na se obetimi a na sɛ wowɔ license a frɛ sɛsi a 0539 596165 0539 596165 na ofra adwuma apie ubenya biayo
and onim so ayira na kwabrantwi anya mfi adusia enan de atia ne sɛ wɔte ahwa onipa tuntum na sɛbe o adwumukaw kakra na saa yade no efra ne dementia no bi nsusu ha no enti timi tifa so ebiribia madawro ma munya do ne hu no na yɛkyerɛ nura na kwabrantwi efiri fie baabi one nam de yenim nti na oni atwa no so a obitumi afrɛ ahoman 0244 540 333 0244 540 333 and that's 0552 487 791 0552 487 791 na yebeje woso yefrɛ anipa nso so taiba na ne diankasa dodo na atade frɛ no suiti a ne yefrɛ no wanya mfie dum yensa suiti nso so etebrema UGC wenipa tuntum enne sɛ busumi a yewum ya yede akɔ na wiye nei ne de to so aduonu nwɔtwe pɛpɛpɛ ɛkyerɛ nkyɛ kora nnura akyi ya na kyerɛ sɛ suiti nso so afirifie anwumre bɛ so no nwɔtwe no ya pɛ de biada na utim sɛ nnura mu hɔ baabi ene obi so hu nu a na atade ɛhyɛ no no ɛsoro no yɛ pink ɛna aseɛ no nso so ɛyɛ tra tuntum na na ɛhyɛ no nti sɛ mɔni atwa ba yɛ su amɔni adom ne hunu suiti nso ɛfrɛ ahomayi a ɛyɛ 0244 291 551 0244 291 551 anaasɛ 0553 182924 0553 182924 post station bi aso bɛwo a wobɛtumi ɛde suiti akɔ hɔ no mo
wei ɛyɛ na wɔtwe dadie 1 week observation ɛyi pastorfoɔ ne apostle Thomas yankyerɛ bɔmpɔn Oyerepa FM ne TV ɛkɔ na busu apan WO1 amwa ɛna taize obisi tauze na tauze ɔmawio na msi ho kan
ɛne memfa ɛyɛ nka boy ɛnto aso na mehwɛ de tena sɛ ɛsɛ ɛkora bia no wɔyɛ funeral regulator yay krobia me se boni woni trip se sa se ene ayo ma hwe sa se krobia boni woni trim na abusua we de omunya wie ntimisra wa wo a woni aye ntoma no pebi ohun wona wote ayi paso wote krewure ani brewure ngoma so krobia refa sante kotoko hene wotumfo wo se tutu abebi wo hene won kwaso piao waya santeman anaso waya sante hene piao nana amoapem brenya a wodi nkan eye barekase hene nana kwame osa chiritwie eye asanteman nkoso hene ene nananom a womo ewa asanteman nkoso feku no emu nana osa dankwa brafo a wotoso mienu eye donyina hene nana osa kofi a wodi nkan eye breman agogoso ehene opani kwame opoku eye barekase oreku abusua pani ene nkonwadam atena nkonwa a wonom ewo barekase obrempon kwaku dua eye apesemaka hene agogo nananom atena nkonwa oba pani afia poben ema eye nana amoapem brenya a wodi nkan barekase hene Mrs. Cynthia Amwa Osei or South Africa, Kama. Mrs. Augustina Amwa Deborah Ewo USA, Kama Meraze. Apostle Rexford Charles Amwa Canada, ye. Mr. Abraham Edu Amwa United Kingdom, Kutuabianim. Mrs. Catherine Amwa KNUST Hospital, Anokragana, Neswanya Smosa. When you busanka nyina na dia awerɛhoɔ ne wo so agyaadwo ɛse ayie sɛ wɔno maame wo mo bibia baataya no hwɛ fie ɛnɛ ɛsankasi adane abutu ayiri o ye maame aka nkyina gu wo ba pa ne Cecilia Nkroma wodaye a wansode wonya mfinhia na aduoso mmienu 72 years pa wɔtɛse ne frɛ no antisisi na yie ho hyehyɛ no sɛ ana ɛteɛ abusua ɛkyerɛm sɛ nyame yɛ adomo a Memeneda osana bosome no ne da toso enkono 9th August 2025 ewo barekese ahemfie enim ho no mo ahemachi no num na ye maame oba pani edampem na obeto aso aye yie no a ewo barekese ahemfie nanim ho no mo a na busua kire se ofiri ho no mo a obema emo no so de akwa barekese adehia musieye eye barekese Royal Cemetery na wakwakope ye maame kurabre abusua firi ho no mo obesa betena se bieu memene da kro no a ewo barekese efiti awia donko ekopem se anwumre no nsia ebebo na watu apo kwasiada wobekọ Christ Ambassadors Baptist Church ewo barekese na yebehimo amo biara hunu se Yesu Kristo ye nkunim die franka amino enti wopo aso de a na wasan abo entomamu biem no aba patase ewo barekese efiti awia donko kopem se ne nonsia ebebo abusuasi eye nkoja na kwase wo hena pakan wo sofa na obi nso asofa na emu atimi ayaha bra yanko anabi wo
o ya wie na ya wo fa no me no mo wase ha chiachi omu nyina na wa habi sanso so na wo fa fo ndio so mo doso pa na ye nua ye bra ye wo fa ba ko a ono so so dani ato nyame yaduma na wo tweda no e ba so kwasi ada Francis ni mo na obi anim se yinim no se ni die na my bru na ne yefre no
ote ase no
my bru wa wukura no peso kai no my bru
my bru
ti na me aduma kwasi ada ebekọ so e wo Buokrum school park wodwa Buokrum ti ebekwa bi jana na afi adehye no na afi 1 week no ye di ahyehye so e wo Buokrum school park nti my bru 1 week no ye kwasi ada nti behwe mo ni mwai momra emebua yen eriasi
na yamfa seda ema owura Emmanuel Odrokoria wonne kase bo semofo G McClef any newsroom rantie na baba wan boy chire dom yeda serverfo no ase papa eni akokwa wo be oni Docas omunyina shahobi na uba studio ha no mo a bra mo aten wo share chidi achi boninti achichidi achi na hye no
akokwa wo be woni na kroman ho no
ai ana Patricia nso ba adwuma ne de nyansam koto a makai Grace ma bonkwa da brimpa ana dosia nso bai na asamara nko na yeso so yi na sofo boy ta gbo wuram wone mpani atena se bedwa ne bese nkonwa nkoso ene ne mpamfo edi ameje so ye gangster cat ya meeting kura meni anua no mieru ne ba ye yeda mo nyina asema mo nyina adwuma mo nyina mo eni tia wodwe wo boja
hello Dr. Wani me ba cho me din na asante so